But how y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing, man? It's been a great year for gaming, man. Shit. Where do I begin, man? It's been a great the year is already starting off like super fire, bro. I mean, it's already super fire, bro. I'm talking about Monster Hunter Wilds, bro. You know, that game was pure, unadulterated fire, my nigga. Goddamn Assassin's Creed Shadows. Woo! Pure fucking fire. I ain't gonna lie. The prologue had me feeling some type of way, my nigga. Oh, that shit had me feeling some type of way, dog. Yasuke with his old yes sir, master ass. That nigga had me feeling he had me feeling a little type of way, bro. I can't even front, bro. I was just like, dog, what the fuck? What are we doing here, brother? What are we doing here, brother? You a fucking beast and you letting this clown, nigga, you a slave for this clown, nigga? Is you crazy, bro? Dog, that shit low-key had me hot a little bit, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, dog. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Leave me your black man. What? You can move freely around here, but your black man stays with me. God damn, what are we talking about, nigga? Oh, property ass nigga, man. Hey, I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, bro. But once you get past that shit and the game open up, it's like, yeah, okay. I ain't gonna lie, old girl, she nice. She's fucking nice, bro. And I love the change of pace for them, right? Like, Yasuke is the nigga that's in your face, nigga. We finna brawl, nigga. The girl, she's like stealth, sneaking around. Yeah, shit fire, dog. Shit fire, nigga. Like, that's all I can say. That's all I can say. The shit is fire, bro. I ain't gonna get into the story because I'm still playing through it, man. And so far, I am thoroughly impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. I fucking love it thus far. But that's where I'm gonna leave off with Assassin's Creed, man. And I'm gonna move to a more somber topic because it also makes me feel some type of way, right? So this past Saturday, what's up, Muck? This past Saturday, I was watching the Whoops podcast, and at the end of the podcast, pretty much at the end of the podcast, you know, they made their official announcement that after episode 200, it was gonna be a wrap for them. They cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, they cool on this podcast and shit. It's not that they like stop playing games and shit like that, but I mean, they cool on the community, bruh. And quite frankly, I feel them, but you're never supposed to go into this shit with expectation, dog. Like, don't get me wrong. It's cool to have goals, but you got to do this shit for you before you do it for anything else, right? And the second you're not having fun doing this shit, that's when you need to quit. The second you're not having fucking fun, take a break. Quit. Don't do it. But don't ever do this with the expectation of appealing to specific companies, specific brands, specific spaces, or nothing. You really got to pave your own way in this shit. And again, you should only ever do it if you like it. Now, what I took from what was being said is they really wasn't enjoying this shit. You know what I'm saying? However, they did have a goal and they were trying to get, like, I guess, attention from PlayStation and shit like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's just the way I took it. And I feel like that's the wrong way to kind of approach it, right? And again, maybe my understanding is off. I'm not going to pretend to be inside their minds and know exactly what they're thinking, but just from the exit, it's like, yeah, I really wasn't enjoying this shit, and yeah, I feel like I'm kind of at a standstill. Y'all niggas done pigeonholed me into a specific thing, and I'm kind of done with it. That's kind of how I felt. That's kind of how I took it, and I was just like, yeah, I could get it. I understand it, and I feel like you're always gonna end up that way. You're always gonna end up that way when that is your goal. When that is your goal, because anything that doesn't really go your way is gonna feel like a setback. And quite frankly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think quality-wise, I think they had one of the best, if not the best, gaming podcasts on this shit, right? And the reason why I liked it, because it had a central focus, and it was really all about the games. It was really all about the games. It was about games, gaming, specific platform. I feel like it was the necessary podcast that we did need in this space. And me personally, I told y'all, I'm already not a fan of gaming podcasts like that. Just being honest with you. And that's why I changed, because a lot of people never understood why I changed from the PlayStation Plus podcast over to the No Cap podcast, because I like to be free in what I talk about. And I feel like when you have a focus that's too hard set on one thing, you kind of get stuck and have to stay there. And I'm cool on that, right? So that was the whole point of me going from the PlayStation. I never really explained that, because I never thought it needed an explanation. But it was more because I wanted to broaden what I talk about, and I didn't want it to be a complete focus like, yo, this is all about PlayStation, because it's really not. But the Whoops podcast, they're gonna still be around for until episode 200, and I think that's where they're stopping with the podcast. But the channel and everything is gonna stay up. Honestly, I think those brothers just really need a break with no expected date of returning. Truthfully, I think they just need a break and they'll be back. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just gets to that point where, first of all, I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Like, gaming news is fucking trash, bro. It's absolute garbage. It's absolute garbage. It is what it is. It doesn't matter where you go to get gaming news. It's fucking trash. Most of the content is bullshit. A lot of it is clickbait. And like the vast majority of it is let me snoop around like Twitter, Blue Sky, and these social media channels like Facebook and stuff like that. And I'm gonna make a fucking article about a tweet or a post. I'm like, that's what gaming news is today. Most of it isn't even factual. A lot of it is just like rage bait just to get you talking, right? Like I seen one site, right? I seen one site make a 20 reasons why you should buy an Xbox over a PlayStation. And then the same site, same person, 20 reasons why you should buy a PlayStation over an Xbox. I was like, what? I was like, what is this goofy shit? Like this. I was like, that's goofy shit, bro. That's goofy shit, man. But I get it. I get it, and I wish them brothers well. You know, I hope one day they do return, but I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely. And one of the reasons why I don't think it's likely is because it's truly one of those things that you do grow out of this shit. You do. You grow out of this shit. It just is what it is. To a certain degree, you get tired of talking about games and you push forward to talk to either do what you love doing, which is playing video games, because ultimately that's how we all technically got here. Everybody got here because we all had a unifying love for video games, right? We love playing video games, you know, we love talking about video games, but I'm gonna be real. The conversation, and I think it was Persona who said this, but he's right. The conversation isn't really about video games no more. It's about business, it's about finance, it's about fucking promotion for fucking PC products. It's about everything except for the games. You very rarely run into a conversation where niggas is actually talking about games. That's the shit that's fucking crazy as hell to me, right? And the thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you, to a large extent, you have to blame the viewers. You have to blame the viewers. You gotta blame the viewers, because it is what it is. When a person comes on here to talk about video games and just random topics, niggas show up in droves. But when niggas be on the video games, I'm talking about actually playing video games, niggas be ghost. Because nigga, y'all want to hear the next thing about Xbox, or y'all want to hear the next thing about Nintendo, or the next thing about PlayStation, or what's the next clickbait rumor. Like, it's so crazy to me. It's so wild to me, right? Like, niggas will be super hyped up for a game. Hype. Yeah, man, Lost Soul Aside is gonna be the greatest. Can't wait to play it. Can't wait to get on this shit. And man, it's finna be the best, man. Oh man, I'm so glad that Sony paid for this. And as soon as Lost Soul Aside drops, it's not, oh man, I've been playing Lost Soul Aside, man. Lost Soul Aside, great. Nah. The conversation then shifts to, oh man, Phantom Blade coming out 2026, man. Can't wait for Phantom Blade to come out. And I'm like, but what about Lost Soul Aside? Oh, well, I ain't buying it right now, nigga. I'ma wait. You know, my backlog. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I get on this shit and I just fucking have fun, bro. That's why I do this shit when I fucking want to fucking do it. And I do it to have fucking fun and talk shit, bro. That's really the only reason why I do it now, bro. Cause I ain't finna have no serious, like, we can't have no real serious conversations about gaming. Most of y'all niggas don't even play video games, bro. And I had to figure that, I really had to figure that shit. I was like, dog, this don't make a lot of sense. It's like, you see the same people. Now, I'm gonna be real with you though. It's some people who don't even like the discussion around gaming, but they show up to every video game. They show up to every video where niggas is actually playing games. I kid you not. I kid you. I pay attention to stuff like that. I see the people who show up when we playing games and, you know, having fun playing games and shit. I see the same people show up, but those don't be the people who actually show up to the streams though, when we just talking shit about video games. Those are not the people. I'm telling you, it's a whole different other group of people that don't show up here, but they show up for the games. Then you got some people who show up for the games and the bullshit talk, right? You got some people who show up for both. And then you got some who just simply show up for the bullshit talking. You will never see them on the game stream. Ever see them on the game stream. And I'm just like, well, you gotta move with the crowd, baby. You gotta move with the crowd, baby. Yeah, JC, you one of them. Corey is one of them. I know like Henzo, he don't really be in these particular like the talking streams and shit, but he be on the gaming streams for sure. Like I said, there's a group of people who only show up for like the gaming shit, and then there's a group of people who only show up for like the talking shit. Hey, I respect it, but that's the reason why I said the viewers are as much to blame as the creators to a certain extent, because if you're chasing a certain thing, then you're gonna try to make that content that the people gravitate to, right? So if you're chasing the numbers, then you're gonna bullshit and talk a whole bunch of bullshit about video games. That's what you're gonna do, and people make a lot of money doing that, right? The views go up when you do that. You know what I'm saying? If you make console war videos, and if you're constantly talking about other people, right? Like constantly talking about other creators and shit like that, that's the shit that y'all like to see. Y'all like y'all like the chatty patty gossiping shit where it's like exposure or something like that. That's the shit that a lot of y'all gravitate to. The vast majority of y'all gravitate to that type of stuff. But actual gaming talk, like actually talking about games, the levels that you beat, strategies for fucking beating certain like monsters and Monster Hunter and shit like that, y'all niggas don't be down for that, because it's like, dog, I ain't even really playing games for real, my nigga. Like, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want? That's how I look at shit. That's how I look at shit. That's why I don't even be mad, bro. I just take it for what it is, bro. I take it for what it is. But just to kind of wrap this whole thing up about What's Up PlayStation podcast, them boys is wrapping it up. They getting the fuck up out of here. Them niggas is like, I'm tired of this shit. And hey, you know, they got other shit going on in their life as well too. So that is something, you know, like, you know, Persona, he's on a new journey in his in his life. I was like, that's crazy. But in Bari, he's just like, And I honestly, I like, again, I feel them so deeply, man. I hate to see them go for sure, but I feel them 100%, and I understand exactly why they're doing exactly what they're doing. And I do know that you do grow out of this, but I always like to believe that eventually people come back to it, because you didn't start being a creator for no reason, right? So I don't think that you'll just stop creating. So I expect to see them either come back to Whoops, never actually leave Whoops, continue with Whoops, but there is a small chance that they might really be done with this shit, because I kept telling people I was done with Twitter. Nobody believed it, nigga. Twitter has been done for me for quite some time. That shit been done for me for quite some time, bro. Like, I'm cool with constantly being fucking berated with fucking misinformation and shit like that. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that for real. Nah, you could get around it. If you truly wanted to be on Twitter, you could find a way to get on it. You could use a proxy or a VPN or something like that, and you could make another account. But I don't even think it's worth it no more uncompetitive, for real. Twitter is a cesspool, but it ain't just Twitter. So I'm not gonna say that it's just Twitter. Social media altogether is just fucking terrible, bro. It's terrible. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all truly want to feel a difference in your life, get rid of your social media. I know that's hard as hell for some of y'all to do, but get rid of your social media. I'm telling you, it's gonna make your life so much different, bro. When I say I have been at peace internally, bro, you don't really know the amount of bullshit that you take in on a constant basis when you on social media. You also don't know how what you're taking in affects you and the people around you either, bro. If you feel like you always in the mood, but you're not really mad at nobody in particular, or you're not really happy about anything in particular, I'm telling you, that's that social media shit that's fucking with you internally and fucking with your emotions. Listen, some of y'all like that shit though. Me, I'm cool on that, bro. When I can see myself changing as a person, when I can see myself changing as a human, when I can see myself losing empathy for certain shit, when I see myself losing sympathy, when I see myself welcoming hate and shit like that, it's a wrap. I'm cool. And I'm old enough to be able to be like, nah, I'm good on that. And I didn't just deactivate my account or nothing like that, man. I deleted that shit off of everything. I deleted that shit out of my history. I deleted the app off of my phone. I deleted the fucking, I deleted everything, bro. I'm never going back to that shit, dog. I'm never going back to that shit. I'm cool. I'm super, super cool. Let's see. So let me ask y'all. What's been going on? Yeah, I'm gonna do something a little different. While I have topics, instead of me going through the topics that I have, I'm gonna ask y'all, what has been going on in gaming from y'all perspective? Oh yeah, that shit been gone. That shit been gone for like, I think like 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. AC Shadows is a success. Good. It's well deserved. It's a great looking game. It runs swimmingly on my PS5 Pro. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm glad AC, if the company deems it a success, I'm glad that it's a success. And I'm glad that niggas hated it. I'm glad that niggas did everything in their power to try to ruin that game for absolutely no other reason other than they racist, hateful ass bitches. That's all. No other way to call it. No other way to call it. I mean, it was so bad. I seen, when I was on Twitter, I seen people like, oh, they got a black guy walking around killing Asian people. That's crazy. Like, shut the fuck up. At WWW, I definitely will, for sure. I'll enjoy it for you too. Gaming has become a bunch of uncertainties and a new ground for people to invert their political agendas. I think you meant insert. I'm gonna just take that as a typo. But that's true. The same people who swear they don't like politics in gaming want all of their personal politics in gaming. It's funny. And some of you niggas is weird, bro. A nigga came to the comment section and was like, I guess he mad because I was excited for Assassin's Creed. Oh, I hope you're excited for your homosexual something. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. Something homosexual something or other. And of course I got him out of here, but I was just like, dog, your hate for this game it's unhealthy, bruh. It's absolutely unhealthy, bruh. And let me be clear. I'm gonna be super ultra clear. I don't claim to be a part of LGBTQ or none of that bullshit. I'm cool on it. I promise you, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Like, I'm not with the bullshit that y'all niggas is on. Secondly, I have to tell you, pretty much all of these new open world Assassin's Creed games, they will let you romance whoever the fuck you choose to romance in the game. It's not them saying that these people were this, that, and the third. It gives whoever is on the other end playing the game the option to choose whoever they feel like they want to romance in the game. If they want to play with Yasuke and romance Nobunaga, if they give them the opportunity, then that's on them, bruh. That's on them. That's, again, y'all spend way too much time trying to control the way other people live their life. Not your life, their life. Whatever they do in their life doesn't affect you at all, but some reason you feel like you need to tell them how to live. And you don't see how fucking weird that is, right? You don't see how stupid that is, right? And because I'm not mad at these people that want to live a certain life, clearly I have to be of those people, because I don't see two gay people and be like, yo, I want to go and kill them motherfuckers. Like, the fuck? Nigga, that's the shit that's wrong with y'all niggas, man. Y'all spend too much time worrying about how other people live their life. And I'm not gonna lie, in the back of my mind, for real, in the back of my mind, that really be making me wonder sometimes, are y'all niggas secretly gay? I kid you not. I don't want to put that on anybody, because if you ain't part of whatever the fuck that is, I don't want to put that on you. But for you to be so offended, bruh, it gotta be something else. It gotta be something, because I'm gonna tell you, shit that does not affect me does not bother me, bro. It don't bother me, bro. It really don't. I don't know how else to tell you, my nigga. It just does not bother me, bro. Now, if it's some fucked up shit, right? Like, if it's some like pedophile shit or something like that, then I agree with you, nigga. Let's castrate these niggas, get rid of them. If it is two consenting adults and they feel like they want to live their life like that, I ain't got shit to fucking do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all I'm saying. Take it how you will. I'm just saying. Take it how you will. That's me. As long as it does not fuck up the way I live my daily life, then I'm cool. I'm cool. And I'm happy to know that I still have empathy. But I am gonna tell you motherfuckers right now. I'm gonna tell you motherfuckers right now. There was some, and y'all know my disdain for MAGA, nigga. I fucking hate you maggot ass niggas. If any of y'all is in the chat, nigga, feel free to unsubscribe, block, whatever, nigga. Get the fuck up out of here. I hate you niggas, dog. I hate you niggas with a passion. But I still got a little inch, just a little inch of sympathy for you niggas who have been indoctrinated with bullshit. For you niggas who have tried to assimilate into like white culture, bruh. And not the good white culture, bro, because there's some great white people out there, bro, but there's some really fucked up white people out there too. And for you motherfuckers who tried to assimilate into that culture and y'all fucked around and found out, and now y'all niggas is getting deported back to wherever the fuck y'all really come from, even though you brought this on yourself, even though you voted for your own demise, even though You voted to be put in this situation. I still feel a slight bit of empathy for you, because I also understand that shit gets beaten into you over time. You become submissive. They taught you niggas that you should not be woke. They told you niggas that you should not be woke. So y'all niggas have been living in this dream. And I honestly believe, and it really should just be fuck y'all for real. It really should be fuck y'all for real, because y'all didn't care when y'all thought that it wouldn't affect you. But when it started affecting you, now all of a sudden we need to stick together, huh? Now all of a sudden this is bad for all of us, huh? Hey, not gonna lie to you. You brought it on yourself, dog. But even though you brought it on yourself, I still feel a tiny bit of empathy. Maybe not even empathy, but just a tad bit of sympathy for you. Because there have been massive amounts of people that work where I work, and I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of them are of Hispanic descent. And nigga, a lot of them niggas magically disappeared off the email list, nigga. A lot of them niggas magically became inactive in the Jira system. A lot of them niggas, yeah. Coinky dink, huh? Coinky dink. Hey, shout out to John Baptiste. He say people complaining about AC Shadow's microtransactions, but those same people are completely fine with buying cosmetics in COD. GTA 4, I think you meant 5. Had you kill? Oh no, you're right. GTA 4 had you killing a gay dude. There were no complaints. Yeah, it is what it is. But that's the human side of me. That's the human side of me. There's another side of me that was doing a happy dance and looking at you niggas get knocked off and thinking about all of you niggas that wanted to appease the white power system and tell us you wanted to vote for Trump. Nigga, you had niggas who could barely speak Spanish talking about they wanted to close the border, nigga. I mean, they could barely speak English, not Spanish. Barely speak English. Nigga, they talking about they wanted to close the border, nigga. And look, I ain't against stopping illegals from coming over here, bro. I am not against it at all. But I think it's something different when you vote. It's like, you ever seen crabs in a barrel? And how when one crab is like pulling themselves out or whatever, you got the other crabs that's like, nah, get back here, bitch. Nah, get back here, bitch. Well, imagine one of those crabs in that barrel actually making it to the top and getting out of the barrel, right? But then let's just assume there's an imaginary ladder there. And when that crab gets out of that barrel, he pulls up that imaginary ladder that helped him get out and shut off all the other crabs in the fucking barrel. That's exactly what the fuck I see going on. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been minding my black ass business. That's exactly what the fuck I've been doing. I just been minding my black ass business, man. Man, we was all Biden and Kamala, cackling Kamala. Look at the price of eggs. I can't feed my family eggs. Go look at the price of them bitches now. If you was mad at the price of them bitches before, go take a look at the price of them bitches now. Oh man. just looking at the farmers and all of the subsidies that were created for these farmers and the way that they were benefiting off all of this government assistance, you know, the old strap up by your boots or pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you know, them niggas that was telling y'all to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, them niggas was getting mad fucking government subsidies, niggas. Them niggas was benefiting off the system that they been telling y'all niggas that y'all have been abusing for years. Oh, that shit has been amazing watching them niggas like, I'm losing my farm. I don't know how I'm gonna pay this $200,000 that I already spent. Well, oh shit, hold on, I misremembered chat. My bad, triple OG. Cyber Dragon, member for 43 months. God damn. We appreciate you, triple OG. He says, evening chat, mods and the No Cap podcast. Even from the shadows, the creed is kept by the assassins. Well, technically, the assassins should have always stayed in the shadows. That's part of being an assassin. But these niggas is out here meleeing on the beach and shit. These niggas is out here in all out fucking wars. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I don't think there was a single reason for you to play stealth, except for when they forced you to do it. For some of the DLC content and shit like that. And I think there was like a trophy for like killing 10 enemies without being detected or some shit like that. But that's like the only reason to play stealth in that game for real. And not gonna lie, I think I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Mirage probably a little bit more than I enjoyed Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, simply because it took you back to the roots of Assassin's Creed. The thing is, I think one of the flaws of Assassin's Creed Mirage is that they didn't force you to do 100% synchronization, right? Where in the older Assassin's Creed, you had to do everything the way the memory was set up for it to be done. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed that. Sometimes it was frustrating because one little thing could throw you completely off and you wouldn't get the full synchronization. You know what I mean? But in Mirage, it's like they took that away and they was like, dog, we don't care if you really finish all this shit or nothing. You know what I mean? And that had me a little bit tight. I know that sounds weird because, you know, most people be like, nah, I'd rather that shit be easy, but nah, I like a little challenge to my video games. It make you feel better when you finally achieve the achievements. It felt like you actually worked for something, whereas most games nowadays, the achievements feel like they I guess they're trying to make them more accessible. I guess that's the word that y'all use nowadays. When you make something easy, it's called being accessible. And I don't really like that. I don't really like, and I think that's kind of why I slowed down with platinums, right? I was platinuming games that I didn't enjoy, right? Like I used to go hard, bro. Like especially during the PS3 era, nigga, I was playing any and everything, bro, and I just didn't care. I just wanted to get the platinum, bro. I was just chasing the platinum, dog. Then I had to slow down. I'm like, dog, I mean, I'm doing this, but I feel like I'm burning myself out and I'm not even really enjoying. You know, after you got a platinum and you don't really remember much about the game that you fucking played, you didn't really enjoy that game. You didn't take in anything. You didn't soak up any information about the game. All you did was went through the motions to get the trophies. That's when I started feeling like that shit was a sickness, bro. And I'm like, dog, I gotta find a way to get up out of this, dog. Then I made a pact to myself. I said, you know what? I'm only gonna platinum games that I actually fucking enjoy and want to put time into. That's why I got a lot of games now that I start, make it a good ways through, and then I just don't go back to it. Before, I had to see that 100 before I would stop playing the game. And I was just like, nah, I ain't enjoying this shit like that, boy. I am not enjoying this shit like that. So now that's what I do. I make it a thing to where if I'm playing a game and I find myself not enjoying what the fuck I'm doing, I don't care to finish it. I won't attempt to finish it. I'll cut a game off quick now. Real shit. I done started playing games and was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? And I just turn that shit right the fuck off, bro. But that, I don't know if that's the evolution. I don't know if that's just me growing up and respecting my time more. I don't know what it is, but I've been having a lot more fun playing the games that I've been playing. And not all games that I enjoy playing are AAA games. That's another thing. Like with me, I don't know if you guys get this way, but I get what's called, and maybe that's not even a real term. Maybe it's just something I created, or maybe it's something I've heard somewhere and I just adopted it. But AAA fatigue for me is a real thing. After playing AAA for so long, I need to cleanse my palate with something that's indie. Sometimes multiple indie games. Oh shit, give me a second. Oh fuck, god damn it. Gotta go take a piss. Be right back. Oh shit. Dropped my damn expensive ass headphones. But yeah, so I get what's called AAA fatigue, and it's specifically with AAA games. I don't know if it's because AAA games are so formulaic, so to speak, but once I play a game that takes me like, I don't know, 120, 200 hours, 300 hours, I don't want to go directly into another game and that's going to take me 200, 300 hours. You know what I mean? And I need that. I need those indie games to cleanse the palate. Only achievement I want to accomplish now is getting 10K total trophies. I'm sitting at 9,835. You'll get there. You'll get there. I wouldn't even focus on something like that. Just play the games you enjoy and you'll be there in no time. You'll be there in no time. But that's the thing. That's why I don't even know if I could call myself a trophy hunter, so to speak, anymore. Because, again, a trophy hunter doesn't give a fuck. I've seen some trophy hunters where they have like, they're like level 999 or whatever, and they got massive amounts of trophies. But then when you look at the trophies that they have, it's like duplicates of fucking games. Dog, I'm not playing a game and platinum that same fucking game 2, 3, 4 times in different regions and shit, dog. That is literally that's a disease. Listen, I am not trying to offend anybody, but that is a fucking disease. That is an actual fucking problem, and you should probably have that shit looked at. You should probably have that shit looked at. I'm like, dog, you played this game in all these different regions and platinum this same game over and fucking, oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way, not me. Not me, dog. Not me. Ain't no fucking way, dog. And if I had to do it that way, I wouldn't feel accomplished either, right? Like, it'll fuck with me a little bit because then I feel like I cheated. I feel like I cheated, bro. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Nah, I'm gonna tell you, anybody who tells you that they never use the fucking guide, they lying. They are absolutely lying. There are some trophies that without a guide, I don't even know how you would figure out how the fuck to do it. I don't even know how you would figure out how it's done. It's not just common sense shit. It's not just common sense shit. Nah, I can't do that. But I'm gonna tell you, one platinum, the one platinum that I'm super proud of, that I can name in recent time, that I am super, super proud of, and that it's gonna be very rare for a very long time, is that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth platinum. I lost a lot of fucking sleep playing that game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But when it got down to them final fucking VR missions, oh my God, I wanted to fuck Chad up, dog. I'm gonna be real. I wanted to fuck Chad up. Chad. Chad made me want to do some real fucked up things to him, man. Yo, I'm telling you, JC, real shit. That to me was the single hardest platinum that I've ever obtained in my entire fucking life. And I have plenty of hard platinums, but that one fucked me up, dog. I didn't expect to have to go through some shit like that. Real talk. Like I didn't think that they were gonna put me through some shit like that. But them motherfuckers, the motherfuckers who created that shit, the little Japanese designers that was in their coding that bullshit, I would like to have a very stern talk with them, just for a few, and I just want to get the train of thought, right? I just want to get the train of thought to understand why would you mentally put somebody through that when you know this game is good as hell, you know the game is as addictive as fuck, but dog, I could literally feel my blood pressure rising, bro. Bro, I got the platinum in Marvel vs. Capcom. What is it? Marvel vs. Capcom 2? And that shit had you doing some real fucked up shit and fighting some real goofy ass niggas online, bro. But even beyond that, I don't think that game is as tough as this shit, dog. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will go down in history as one of the toughest fucking games to get the platinum in. And the thing is, there is no help. There is no getting any help. There isn't anybody multiplayer that can fucking control some shit or something. Like, you are fucking stuck. You have to figure it out. You gotta figure it out, bro. There is nobody who has that trophy. There is nobody who has that trophy is gonna tell you that game is an easy game to platinum. I ain't gonna lie. That was the first game that I really wanted the platinum, but I was about to low-key give up on getting the platinum. I was gonna low-key give up, bro. Because I was like, dog, this shit is dumb hard for no fucking reason, bro. But let me tell you what happens. I'm gonna tell you what happens. And I don't know if this is just me, but with me, in my mind, I start putting things together, right? I do this even at work, right? I do this even at work. Anytime that I'm working on a project or something, or they come to me and they like, hey, we got this issue, blah, 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 blah. And it's some shit that we got to figure out, right? Like I start from the bottom, right? And I start slowly but surely piecing shit together, dog. When you're dealing with a whole bunch of switches, routers, firewalls, and things like that, like there's a lot of stuff that you have to get around. There's a lot of stuff that you have to know how to do. There's a lot of commands that you need to know how to do. There's a lot of people who use macros, right? And save macros to make things easier. I don't save the macros, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't save the macros because I don't want to forget. I know that sounds crazy as fuck. But I'm being 1000% honest with you. When I'm fucking around with Cisco switches, or when I'm fucking around with Juniper switches, or when I'm fucking around with ASR 9000s and things like that, I don't save the commands as macros. I was gonna start doing that, but I was like, if I do that, I'm gonna actually forget the command that I need to use, and it's gonna be a command that I'm gonna fucking need, right? And the thing is, I'm gonna be so used to just hitting a fucking macro that I'm not gonna know how to, or what it is that I need to do to get to this, right? So if I'm searching for something that's somewhere in our system, in our routers, and I gotta do a show L2 VPN forward and bridge domain, MAC address table location, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta remember what the fucking locations is and shit like that. When you gotta do all of that shit on a daily fucking basis, and you gotta know how to fucking do that, dog, I don't do it. That's why I don't save macros, because I feel like I'll fucking cheat myself out of the information that I should know on demand. If a person asks me something, I need to be able to spit it out quick, fast, in a hurry. But that's exactly how it is when I play video games, bro. I start to look at patterns. I start to look at things that can make things easier for me while I'm fucking doing it, right? And true enough, you get muscle memory with a lot of this shit. And eventually I start putting shit together. Eventually I start saying, okay, if I do this, then it'll make it easier. I ain't gonna lie. I watch some YouTube videos too. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna even sit up here in front and be like, nah, I did all this shit on my own. Nah, I had to make my own little thing. But as far as setting up my gear and stuff like that, I was watching a lot of people and I was like, okay, this shit right here gonna work, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna be fucked up in this area, but nigga, I'm finna kill in this area. And no matter what I do, nigga, I'm gonna always have health rotating in and out. And I pieced that shit together, dog. When I finally beat the motherfucker at the end, I said, dog, bruh, I'm talking about my heart was pounding, dog. I'm talking about my shit felt like it wanted to bust out of my chest, dog. And it was so bad that it was to a point where I said, damn, what am I gonna do next, bro? When I finally got to go back to the little inn and turn in all of the fucking turn in all of the shits for the battles. And what's so fucked up is you would think after you did all of that shit, they was gonna give you something like crazy. Did I feel relief? Rollo, bro, it was bittersweet. So yeah, I finished it, but then it was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? I know that sounds weird as well. I know that's fucked up. And I know that sounds crazy as hell, but I'm telling you, that's how my crazy ass was looking at the TV. And it was so fucked up that I couldn't play another game, dog. Like real shit. I couldn't play another game for like a few days, bruh. Like there was nothing that I could put on that was going to like give me any satisfaction, bro. Like I was fucked up. I was fucked up, bro. That's why I say, man, I can't wait until part 3 for real. But I'm dog. I ain't gonna even lie. If this platinum was this hard, now keep in mind, the first game platinum, mad fucking easy. Mad fucking easy. Second game platinum, yeah. The intermission, the intermission that they the DLC that they put out, that shit was cake. That shit was cake. But part 2, nigga. Bruh, you don't really play that game for real until you play it in hard mode. That's the first thing. Oh nah, Corey. You ain't even really experienced the game until you played it on hard mode. I'm gonna be real with you. You ain't experienced that game until you played it on hard mode. Hard mode will make you want to punch somebody in the face. And this is just for the story. This is just for the story. Hard mode will literally make you want to punch somebody in the face, bro. Do you know how many times I had to fight that fight at the end of the game where you got to go through and fight all of these different fucking bosses at the end of the game? Bro, I played that shit so much, dog. And I'm gonna tell you, what was so fucked up is I ended up having to start back over from the beginning because my team was so fucked up that there was no way that I was gonna win that battle. There was no way I was gonna win that battle. And the checkpoints was all fucking screwed up in hard mode. That shit, man, listen. I'm gonna tell you, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth felt like one of them old school Nintendo games, bruh. It real deal felt like one of them old school Nintendo games. The shit was tough as fuck. If you really ain't about that life and don't really have a lot of time to play video games anyway, you don't want to play Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, or you'll just be happy with beating it on, I guess, easy or normal or whatever the difficulties are. You'll just be happy with beating it on whatever you can beat it on, and you ain't gonna even go for the platinum. I can truly understand why people would not go for the platinum in Rebirth. I 1000% understand it. Nobody has to tell me anything. I know why. You may have undiagnosed hypertension due to being tall. I have been going to the health center to check my blood pressure every day for a week. No, I actually have a I have a blood pressure meter at the house. Oh hell yeah. Hell yes. I sure do. But nah, this shit, I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't think so though. Because truthfully, the only reason why I felt fucked up and the only reason why my heart was racing is because, nigga, when you feel like you about to die and all of a sudden you fucking win, when you're fucking playing Sephiroth at the end of the fucking game and this nigga does this retarded ass shit where he fucking kills you instantaneously, that will fuck you up. That shit will fuck you up. But it was, man, oh my God. It was an experience. I really enjoyed Rebirth, for real. It brought back a whole bunch of memories of playing Final Fantasy 7. And I think, to be honest with you, I don't think that game sold the way that it should. That should be one of the highest selling games ever. It had a lot of content and the content didn't feel like filler content. It only felt like filler content if you weren't interested in the content to begin with. And in that case, I guess any game that you're not truly interested in will feel like filler to you, right? But it felt like there was no filler content. I felt like they had so much in that game for you to do. Not only was you like going through the story, but then you had the card game. What was it called? Queen's Blood. You had the Queen's Blood card game, which was dope as hell, and it was its own game in itself. Then you had the mini games, bro. Like, there was so much for you to do in this game, and it all felt like it needed to be there. It all felt like it needed to be there. And I just feel like that game should have sold a lot more than what it did. I feel like a lot of people should have supported that game more than they did, because we always ask for these developers to put quality content in the games, and I feel like they did just that. Not only did they put quality content in the game, they had a nice ass combat system in there. The materia system is fucking amazing. I mean, the things that you could do with the different builds that you have, with the different characters that you have access to, and all of the different characters fight differently. Like there was such a range. There was such a range when it came to Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. There was such a range. And I was just like, man, Square Enix did their fucking thing, dude. I don't know what the hell it was, but that game 1000% should have sold more, man. And that's the reason why I'm no longer listening to motherfuckers say that games need to be quality, this, that, and the third, because really it doesn't. Not for y'all. All it has to be is some fucking scenario based, shoot some shit or fight some fucking monsters for 10 minutes and then go back to your base, rinse and recycle. Y'all niggas be happy for shit like that. For real, y'all don't like games that's content rich. Y'all like games that let you mindlessly blow shit up. That's it. That's it. I understand that. I understand that. I don't respect it, but I understand that that's what you guys are truly looking for. You're not looking for any games that really have content like that. Not at all. Future Element. I think I did see something like that. But that would have been something that I would have just scoffed at and kept moving. What you mean there's too much to do in the game? What you mean that there's too much content? That's a weird ass complaint. Because these same people will play the same stupid ass game for their entire fucking lives. Pretty much. Oh yeah, Rollo, you in for a treat, brother. You in for a treat. AC Shadows. That's Ubisoft's swan song game. Game is fire. Yep. Every region. You had mini games out of the fucking wazoo. Especially at the Golden Saucer. Man, look here. Hey, that's a fact, Corey. That's a fact. Seattle Chief? Seattle Chef? Don't do it, brother. Don't do it. Normally, I would tell niggas if they felt the way that you felt to go for it and go for the platinum. Bro, I wouldn't even do that to you, dog. I would not do that to you. I would not do that to you, brother. I'm telling you, that game will send you to the ER. I had a smile on my face playing that shit. Part 3 gonna be amazing. Y'all ain't see shit yet. I don't know how they gonna top 2. I don't know how they gonna top 2. Now I know how the game end. I just don't know how they're gonna top 2. I don't know how they're gonna top 2 because a lot of the things that I wanted to see happened in 2. Man, listen, I'm AC Creed Shadows until I get the platinum. Then I'll play that Kazan game. What is it? Something Kazan. Damn, I can't think of the full name. No, it's more. But I'm telling you, they hit a lot of the major beats for me in 2. Like, don't get me wrong, you still gotta deal with what's homeboy name? Start with a C. The one with the fucking plane with his wife and the fucking spaceship nigga was trying to take off. Damn, what the hell is his name? First Berserker. There you go, Link. First Berserker. Kazan. Nah, I'm gonna definitely fuck with that. I'm gonna definitely fuck with that after AC Creed Shadows. But right now it's Shadows time. I'll get to it. That game ain't going nowhere. It'll be right there. Fuck man. Sid. That's his name, Sid. Yeah, you still gotta deal with that. You still gotta deal with Cloud, which I thought they handled that part in 2, which is why I'm a little confused. But with Cloud basically going crazy and ending up in the wheelchair and shit like that, then you're gonna have to, oh man, I'm gonna tell you what I'm not ready for. I'm not ready for fucking Meteor, man. I'm not ready for them fucking machines in the water, dog. I still haven't touched Liza P yet. Still haven't touched it yet. Not much. Not much. I'm just past the prologue now. But I ain't got too many hours. All right. Okay. So let me get to some of these topics that I had. All right. So the Tsushima Watazumi Shrine, a place special to both Japanese history and Ghost of Tsushima fans, has banned all tourists until further notice. Apparently, someone has ruined a good thing for everyone, committing a grave and unforgivable act of disrespect. This shrine has a key place in the hearts of Ghost of Tsushima players. It was suspected to be the real-world reference for the game's Scarlet Rock Shrine, and Watazumi Shrine was damaged in 2021 by a typhoon. Fans of the game raised $180,000 for repairs. Interesting. So it was only $180,000 and the Japanese government wasn't gonna rebuild it? That seems a tad bit wild. It seems like they're pretending to care about this thing, but don't actually really care about this thing. Because if they did, $180,000, I don't think, shit, Sony was giving more money than that to fucking America for whatever reason, my nigga. Like, that's crazy. But this is what it looks like, and I definitely feel like I remember seeing this in Ghost of Tsushima for sure. Normally, an act like that is sure to create a long-lasting positive relationship. Seems like someone thought otherwise, and in the wake of their actions, Ghost of Tsushima fans can no longer visit the shrine they helped rebuild. This isn't the first time this shrine has had issues with bad actors. Automaton reports that the shrine already put a ban in place for South Korean tourists. They have previously talked to police about poor behavior, from harassment of staff to outright vandalism. The current tourism ban was announced on the shrine's Instagram. The shrine has an Instagram? What the hell? Okay. But they have not made specific comments describing what the unforgivable act was. They have discussed the unbearable mental anguish that their staff face from tourists, but the exact details are scarce and will likely remain so. Now the only visitors allowed to the shrine are congregants and worshippers. All tourism, foreign and domestic, is banned outright. though the shrine staff seem to have special ire for foreigners. Additionally, some extra restrictions have been put in place around photography and video recording. Depending on the purpose of the action, it may be banned. Those who consider this place a theme park or simply a photogenic location are not worshippers, staff clarified on Instagram. Worshippers are allowed to take pictures and record video, but because it's pretty, is no longer a valid reason for any such action. I ain't gonna lie. Humans are fucking dicks. Humans are fucking assholes, bro. I mean, why would you want to do something crazy to a fucking shrine, bro? Like, everything that's one thing I hate about reality now. Everything is about clout. Everything is about chasing clout. Everything is about doing some shit for the gram or doing shit for social media. I swear, bro, I hate humans, bro. I really do. I really do, bro. Like, it's something real fucking sick with the human race as of now, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like, I know a lot of people be like, a lot of bad shit happened back in the days and shit like that, but I'm not gonna lie. The 90s was a wonderful fucking time. The 90s was a wonderful time, man. I'm gonna tell you something that I've realized too. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I realized, right? As I grow older and I you know, like me, my siblings, we're all living like separate lives now and shit like that. Bruh. Things ain't the way they were in the 90s, bro. And I'm not just talking about the prices of things. I'm not just talking about like the quality of shit. I'm not talking about none of that. Bro, I remember everybody used to gather at my grandma's house. I'm talking about for every situation, every holiday, every holiday except for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is something that was always celebrated at home. We never went anywhere, but for every other holiday, I'm talking about Easter, I'm talking about Halloween, I'm talking about Christmas. We always went over to my grandma's house, and we always had parties and shit like that. Like, that shit seems so distant to me now. It literally seems so distant to me now, bro. And granted, I have to give it to my brother. You know, he tries to keep it alive, a bit. But shit, I be so busy in life and shit like that. He be so busy or whatever. But one thing that I do like is, like, if he's going out of town or something like that, let's say they're going to like Universal or something like that, he'll come pick the kids up. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate that. But dog, it feels so different now. It really ain't. It really ain't the same anymore, man. And I be thinking about that all the time, bro. Like, again, this social media disease, bro. Everybody, what I figured is that everybody wants this social media presence now. And I know this is a little bit off topic because we're talking about the Ghost of Tsushima shrine and shit, but bro, have y'all realized, and look, no disrespect to women that like this type of shit, right? But have y'all noticed, like, there is no true uniqueness to women anymore. It's like they have a template. It's like they have a template. And don't get me wrong, guys are the same way to a certain degree, right? I mean, because when you look at all these little bastards, they look like clones of like Lil Wayne at some point in time, right? or they trying to be like whatever their favorite rapper or whatever their favorite, entertainer is to some degree. But like with women, bro, this shit be dog, this should be scary, dog, because it's like they got a template, bro. It's like they got a template for their life and for their face, to the point where these motherfuckers, their face starts to look the same, bro. Like, I told y'all, I be listening to these story times from this creator, right? And dog, you know, sometimes you'll look up to see who is talking and shit, bro, and all these motherfuckers look the same, dog. It's like they all wearing the same filter on their shit. and I be trying to figure it. I be trying to figure this shit out for real, right? And I know me, right? Like, and I know my wife, she think I'm fucking nuts, but I don't like long fingernails, bruh. I don't. And when I be seeing that shit, it be so wicked to me, bro. I be like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like the fake nails. Bro, I'm gonna tell you what I really, what be killing me too, dog. Like, the fake lashes, bro. Like, dog, you hate your face so much that you put on fake lashes, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Bro. And I know this ain't something new, right? Like, this type of stuff has been happening for ages, right? But now, this shit is at an all-time high, bro. Like, god damn. Dog, I didn't know motherfuckers. Yo, okay. Here's another one. Tell me if this shit fuck y'all up or nah. Nah, tell me if this shit fuck you. Dog, do y'all be weirded out when these motherfuckers be having like mad perfect teeth, dog, and you know that they got like veneers? Like, bro, I want to see a little imperfection, bro. Like, I don't know, dog. I don't know if it's just me, bro, but I be liking to see a little imperfection, bro. It's like everybody going to fucking Colombia and fucking Mexico and getting fucking, like, like, they all walking around here with the perfect fucking teeth, bro. And that shit don't make no sense to me, bro. It's like nothing is real with you motherfuckers no more. Dog, the whole BBL craze, bro, like, fuck me, dog. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here, bro? Like, why are niggas so infatuated with fake shit, dog? Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. To me, that's a turn off, bro. Like, the turn on to me is like when a motherfucker is all natural, bro. When you just look beautiful naturally, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw on some lip gloss, you know what I'm saying? I like the little shiny lips, right? But outside of that, dog, I don't be about that BBL life, dog. I ain't with it, bro. Like, it don't do it for me, bro. Like, I know for other niggas they don't care, dog. But I also don't like fake hair, bro. Like, I hate the way weaves smell, bro. I hate the way it smell, bro. I hate the amount of fucking chemicals that they gotta constantly put in that shit just to keep it, you know, I guess manicured in a sense. I just, man, it blows me, dog. But that's why I be telling my wife, and I think my wife think I low key be lying to her, right? Because I be telling her I like a natural fucking body. Like, if you feel the need to have to change your body and get like implants and shit, what the fuck makes you think a person like that shit, dog? Like, I don't like it, bro. And my thing is, I ain't against you if you do like it, right? Because that's all personal preference. But bruh, I like all natural, bruh. I don't really like all of that cosmetic bullshit, bruh. And like the nail thing, like, I don't mind like short nails, right? That look reasonable. But all of that, like, I don't know, 2 and 3 inch fucking nails, fuck no. Fuck no, dog. Like, I be wondering how motherfuckers wipe their ass with that shit. Like for real. How do girls really wipe their ass with all of them fucking long ass fingernails on? Like, dog, that gotta be like the worst fucking situation ever. But that's just a side note from my weird ass brain, bro. I was just thinking about that shit, and I was just like, you know, I hate what society has become, bro. Like, I hate that shit, dog. All these little stupid ass niggas out here stealing cars, and like I said, I know niggas was stealing cars way back when. Well, before, cause my cousin, my cousin, he used to steal cars back when we was young, nigga, way back in the 90s, and I think it was easier to fucking steal cars then, but that nigga used to steal cars way back when. Now, niggas is breaking into your shit, breaking off shit off your steering column, using a fucking USB stick and running away in your fucking 2020 fucking Kia, my nigga. Like, these young niggas is wild, bro. these young niggas is on some new shit, dog. Like, I was just like, bro, if I catch one of you niggas, bro, if I catch one of you niggas stealing off of my shit, dog, oh, man, I'm gonna shoot the fuck out of you niggas, man. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. I ain't gonna need, it ain't gonna even be one of them situations where, you know, you shoot first and ask questions later. Nigga, I'm just not gonna ask questions, nigga. You shouldn't have been in my shit. But these little weird ass, and you know what's even crazier, bro? I'm gonna tell you what's even worse than what the kids are fucking doing, right? The worst thing about it is remember back in the days, right? You always had them respectable people who, you know, they were older than you and they were more parental. They were more parental, right? Back in the days. Like, when I think about it now, like when we moved with my auntie was in her 30s, right? She's now in her 60s. But back then, she was in her, no, actually, I think she's like 73 now. Yeah, so she would have been 40 then. She would have been 40 back then. But regardless, nowadays, you see 40 and 50-year-olds that still, for some reason, think that they in competition with 20-year-olds. And that boggles my mind. That boggles my mind. Dog, you got these women doing wild shit, bro. Like, you got motherfuckers leaving their kids in cars and going into the club. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, this shit is different, bro. And I don't know, because technically I'm still using social media when it comes to YouTube, right? So YouTube is still considered social media. But bruh, everybody got a YouTube. Everybody, and it ain't even YouTube. YouTube ain't even the biggest shit. It's TikTok. Everybody got a TikTok. And it's like, there's some people that should not be on fucking TikTok. Bro, it ain't kids having kids no more. You got kids trying to be friends with their kids. Let me tell you, it's a fine line between being a parent and being a kid. And I be telling my wife this all the time, right? Because her and my daughter has this real, like, friendly type relationship. And I be telling her about this all the time. You have to separate that, and you have to also draw a line, right? You have to draw the line, because eventually you're going to feel like she's disrespecting you, because you're building this bond with her as if you're on some sisterly shit. And again, I don't even play that game with my kids, because you're going to respect me as as an authority before all that other shit. That's just what it is. And you know, the way, I don't even want to say the media, but the way kids have lost respect for authority, the way these kids are, like, they are fearless to a certain degree. You gotta always keep a healthy amount of fear in your kids. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. You have to keep a healthy amount of fear in them. You gotta let them know that, nigga, if you ever get out of line, I'm gonna make sure you get your ass back in line. And you talking to somebody who has an 18-year-old now. My oldest child is 18. And it's like, I feel like just mainstream social circles have given off this situation where you should treat your kids like equals. Never. Not in a million fucking years. Not in a million fucking years. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? There's never gonna be an equal of somebody who I'm responsible for. My oldest is 32. God damn, Dex. What the feezy? God. Nigga, your oldest could be my little brother, nigga. Like, shit. Fuck. Boy, you jumped off the porch early. I ain't had my first kid until I was 21, man. I didn't have my first kid until I was 21. And now that kid is 18. My oldest 24. My daughter, I'm 43. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. When my son is 21, I will be 41. So yeah, makes sense. I was 25. My first kid was at 30. Oh nah, you waited too long, Lunchi. You waited too long, Lunchi. See, my shit was on a plan, right? My shit was on a plan because, like, I was always looking at this shit and I was like, yo, I want to start having kids when I'm at least 21 because I want to be able to enjoy them when they're adults. I want to be able to enjoy them while they're adults, right? Like, I wasn't going to be 30, nigga, and by the time they turn 21, nigga, now I'm 50, nigga. I'm almost preparing for the goddamn retirement home, nigga. Like, nah. All of my kids are going to be 18, and I'm going to still be in my 40s, bro. I'm going to still be in my 40s, bro. That's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of it. You know, I'm going to tell you something that's beautiful, too. My daughter, okay. So my daughter is like a fucking clone of me, bruh. It's so much, it's so scary, dog. Hold on. Y'all really got to hear me on this. Y'all really got to hear me on this, bro. My daughter is like a clone of me, bruh. And she has zero idea of why she's the way she is, but I know exactly why she's the way she is. She's literally the female version of me, bruh. Literally. I'm talking about the DNA transfer was so strong with this one, dog, that this motherfucker got my mannerisms, bruh. She got my attitude, bro. She got my anger issues, bruh. She got everything. But she also took on my independence. She also took on the tenacity that I have when I want something. You know what I mean? And like, bro, she decided that she wanted to get her license, bro. She went and got her license. And this was all while I think when she got her license, she was 15. She got her learner's permit. So this year, she's eligible to get her license because she's had it for a year. For a year now. And she's going to get her license. But that's not the craziest part about it. Bro, this girl says she wanted a job. I said, okay, you can get a job as long as you keep your grades up. Because what usually happens is when you out here getting money, and you know how they be talking nowadays, oh, I got motion, I'm getting motion. Bro, this girl set out to get a job, bro. She got 3 interviews. 3 interviews. I said, bro, I said, dog, this is crazy to me, bro. This is crazy to me. Keep in mind, she's 16 now. But she was 15 when she got her learner's permit initially. But she's 16 now. And it's just like, dog, I was just like, bro, because these are the conversations that I be having with my boys, man. I had these same conversations with my boys, man. Like, you gotta go for what you want, bro. Like, you gotta be on this shit. Like, even my 18-year-old, he still hasn't gone through the motions to get his license and shit like that, because he just think his mama gonna be taking him everywhere. Lo and behold, he is wrong about that. He is absolutely wrong about that. Absolutely wrong. But it's just like, I see the total difference. And it's like my youngest son, he's a massive split between me and my wife. He has this competitive spirit, right? He has this competitive spirit that frustrates him. And when I say a competitive spirit that frustrates him, I'm talking about, you ever seen somebody who want to win so bad that if they can't win, if they lose, you know, that shit, you can see it really weighs on them. Like, it really weighs on their mind. Like, I think that's the bad portion that he got from me, right? Because I always want to win. I always want to be the fucking best. But then, like, my wife, she be so content with, nigga, I'm cool. I'm cool where I'm at. But that's why I say he got like the both. He got the both of us, bro. And it's just like, boy, that's why I try not to be in competitive shit, because I'll take that shit to the next level. I'll take that shit to the next level, man. Yeah, I will take that shit to the next level, man. Oh, man, I'm gonna tell you, the only thing with my youngest son, man, is I try to teach him not to be violent, man. I try to teach him not to be violent, because sometimes I tell him, sometimes the consequences ain't worth the action, right? Like, and I don't know if he be thinking that I just be wanting him to be like soft or something at times. I'm like, nah, sometimes you can throw away your life over a simple emotion. And that shit don't really make sense to him right now, because, you know, now he's in a phase where it's like he's trying to figure himself out. Men always want to win. Men are forged in fire. We are at our best when steel sharpens steel. That is it. That is indeed true. I'm like that with my girl in these iMessage games. Nah, but I be trying to instill in him that sometimes you don't always have to take it there, right? Because like him, he's 0 to 100, and he is always on go. But I'm like, you're not gonna always get that win. Sometimes it's not worth the loss, and sometimes, you know, you gonna meet somebody that's gonna match that energy. But you're going to be thinking that this situation is the same as previous situations, and it's not going to be that way. So sometimes I be trying to tell them, like, sometimes just figure out if it's worth it. Figure out if it's worth it. And, you know, I'm a big believer of don't ever let somebody put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put their hands on you, shit, it's go time. It's go time. But if somebody not putting your hands on, if they not putting their hands on you and they just talking, sometimes it's best to just walk away. Because again, I know how things could escalate, and I know some of the shit that I saw when I was back in school, and that shit was not pretty. That shit was not pretty at all. They like to learn the hard way. We just got to stay on them. You know, I try to stay on them. I really do. But at the end of the day, man, I was rebellious. I was rebellious when I was their ages. And like all of that shit is coming full circle. When I say it's coming full circle, especially with my oldest, it's coming full circle. Like, trust me, some of the things that I see him do, I be trying to tell him, like, bruh, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, but some of the things that I be seeing him do, man, I just be like, God damn, dog. Mama said there'll be days like this. There'll be days like this, mama said. And bro, like, I have been in heated interactions with this boy for real. You know, like real heated interactions. And then I have to pull myself back because I'm like, man, if I lose it, I'm gonna fuck this little boy up, man. And granted, he's not little. He's like 6'1" now. But it's like I know what I do to him, and I just have to be mindful of that. And that literally has pulled me back off the brink. Because sometimes I'm just like, dog, chill, bro. No, history definitely repeats itself. And a lot of the fucked up shit that I've done, I'm seeing it come back. I'm seeing it come right back around. And the thing is, I don't usually say much. And the reason why is because it's like sometimes you have to let your kids forge their own path, right? Like you can try and take them down a specific path, but it's never going to be a situation where they always do exactly what you believe that they should do or what you want them to do, but they'll still get it done in their own way. They still get it done in their own way. Yeah, B-Mo, man, let me tell you, bro, these kids nowadays, bro, they don't understand how, you know what? And I'm going to tell you, some of the times when I pull back because I realize that it's my fault that they're this way, right? So I told y'all, when I was coming up, bro, I ain't have shit, dog. Like all of the video games and shit that I wanted, nigga, I had to work for that shit, dog. Anything that I truly wanted, I had to work for that shit, bro. I had a real ass job when I was 13 years old working at Publix, bro. Again, I was definitely working at Publix. I was definitely working at Publix illegally, but it was legal. It was legal, but it was illegal, right? So my brother got the job at Publix, right? At the time, he was 14, turning 15, right? But he didn't want the job because he had got another job. So I said, well, shit, I'll go up there and get the job. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna ask me for, right? And got there. They didn't even ask me for an ID. You know what they told me to bring them? Like real shit, no lie. They just told me to bring them a report card, and they used that as the identification. They didn't ask me for an actual ID. I swear on my life, if I'm fucking lying, dog, God can strike me down right now, bro. And, bruh, I was literally working there. It had my brother name on the tag. And the fucked up part about it is the school that I went to was like right around the corner from that Publix. So mad niggas I knew was coming in like, yo, who the fuck? Yo, yo, it was wild. It was wild, bro. Yo, it was a wild fucking time. But I ended up, and I stayed there for like, I think I stayed there for like a year, if I'm not mistaken. I think I stayed there for like a year because what I kept telling them is I kept trying to get them to change my name tag to my fucking nickname. I was like, yo, can I just have my nickname on my tag? And dog, they wouldn't change it for the life of me, bro. And I ended up quitting because I ended up getting a real job under my name, so I no longer needed to work there no more. But I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed working at Publix. It was fun. It was fun. Like, I would literally go to work broke and I come back home with like 50, 60, $70. Cause like, even though they wasn't supposed to be tipping us, nigga, dog, I'm talking about everybody, dog. Like, you take they shit to their car, nigga, they throwing, you know, they'll try and shake your hand. Like, it was like a drug deal almost. It felt like a drug deal. You know how a motherfucker slides you some money or whatever by shaking your hand? Nigga, you would shake their hand, they'll drop the money, nigga. Oh, shit. Man, I was eating good at Publix, nigga. I don't think I was making nothing but like, I think I was making like six something, if I'm not mistaken, like $6.85 or something. It was some real small amount. But when I went to work, nigga, I ain't even care about the check. I ain't care about the check at all, dog. All I cared about was the tips, nigga. The tips is where I was eating for real, nigga. And they was cashing my checks at fucking Publix. They was literally cashing my checks at Publix. Yeah, sick. Yo, hey, Monty, dog. I swear, bro. Like, bro, I got so many fucking stories, dog. And I think one day I'm gonna create a channel for it, man. Like, I know y'all be coming here for the game and shit, right? Like, but one day I'm gonna create a channel just for like the different stories and shit that I got. Cause I ain't gonna lie, sometimes some of these stories was funny as fuck, bro. Just thinking about some of the shit, some of the stupid shit that I did. Like, yo, hold on, I'll give you one real quick. Nah, I don't even think I want to tell y'all this story. Nah, I think I'm gonna keep that to myself. Yo, it was a dude that had my same first name, right? It was a dude that had my same first name, man. And this nigga, he was a little, I think he was either, he was like either Puerto Rican or like Mexican. But he was the homie, right? He was the homie. And that nigga was like, yo, he was like, hey, my mom works at BJ's. He was like, yo, you want to go there and da-da-da-da, right? And he was talking about, he was like, yo, we're going to go there. We're going to get some games. And I was like, get some games? Some games for what? He was like, dude, that's where I get all my stuff from, bro. Like, you see Windows? Like, I got all of the Windows discs, man. I go in there and, bro, like, real shit. Yo, this young nigga was a thief for real, dog. Like, this nigga was a thief for real. And the fucked up part about it is his mom worked at the fucking BJ's. His mom worked at the BJ's, but he used to be like stealing all of they shit. So one day he takes my black ass with him. And sure enough, I'm talking about he up there. He grabbing everything. I'm talking about mad fucking PlayStation 1 games and shit. Yo, and I'm talking about he had this little razor on him, bro, that fucking cut through the shit like super fucking quick. And the way he popped the shit out, and like he was only taking the discs. He wasn't taking the full case or nothing like that. Cause he was like, yo, that shit'll it'll flip the alarm and you'll be fucked up. So he was taking the shit out the case, right? And like me, I'm always nervous when it comes to shit like this because I feel like we're always fucking being watched, right? And funny enough, my instinct kicked in, bro. And the shit that I was seeing, I was like peeping game. It was this dude who was pretending to shop. Every aisle we went on, some way, somehow, he ended up on that same aisle, but he was always just looking at shit. He wasn't taking anything. Right? He wasn't putting anything in his cart, nothing. He would just kind of end up on each aisle. So I was talking to him and I was like, hey, bro, you see that dude everywhere we go, he's following us, bro. He was like, nah, he ain't following us, bro. I'm telling you, dog, I'm here all the time, bro. He's just shopping, man. That's just how people shop. And I'm like, no, bro. He has been on literally every aisle we've been on and he has not taken a single fucking thing and has not put anything in his cart. That doesn't seem weird to you? And he like, nah, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's nothing, bro. You just, I don't know why you worried. I'm like, dog, all right, bro, I got you real quick. I said, okay, cool. So he say, all right, he about to walk out, right? Now keep in mind, I ain't put nothing on me, dog. I ain't put nothing on me because I was trying to tell this stupid ass nigga. I was trying to tell him that, dog, I'm literally watching this dude move everywhere we move, and he's telling me, nah, cool. So let me tell you what I did, because I saw what the fuck was about to go down, and I think I had like 2 discs on me, but this wasn't from him. I had like 2 discs on me. I went in the bathroom and I hid the shit in, like, not in the toilet, but you know how they have the little vents that's above? I stuffed that shit in the vent because I said the first thing they gonna do is they gonna look to see if I threw something in the toilet. So I put that shit in the vent, and then I was getting ready to, we was getting ready to leave. So I watched him walk out. They let this nigga go all the way out the door, bro. And as soon as he stepped foot out the door, no alarm went off or nothing like that, because he ain't had no boxes. All he had was this. Soon as the alarm went off, they was dragging his ass right back in. I waited for them niggas to take him wherever the fuck he was going. And then I left out the bathroom, and I gunned it. When I say I gunned it, bro, I gunned it. I was like, these niggas ain't finna catch me. So, I left. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But let me tell you what this bitch ass nigga did. And keep in mind, I think at this time, I was like 15 or 16. So I was still young as fuck, bro. It must have been something in the air that was trying to get this nigga to catch up with me, right? This dude had never been to my house, ever. I never brought him around anywhere where I live. He did not know where the fuck I lived. So I am not sure if his dad was like some sort of a fucking, I don't know if he was like some sort of police or something like that. He had to be something dealing with law enforcement, because there's no way he could have knew where I lived. We didn't even live in the same city. Like, there was no way he could know where I live. Bro, tell me why I'm getting ready to go to my boy Chris' house. Shout out to him. I ain't seen that nigga in years. But I was getting ready to go to my boy Chris' house, and I'm talking about I had like trays full of games and shit, bro. Full of fucking games. Because we used to go over his house, and, he used to bring the TV out the door and shit, and we used to just play outside. And it was cool. Nigga, that's just what we did. We did that on a regular. And let me tell you, bro, I used to cut through my backyard, and when I cut through my backyard, there was no fence. And I know this lady hated this shit, right? Because every time she used to catch us, she used to ask us to stop walking through her, walking through her yard and shit like that, right? I ain't respect that shit. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. I respected her because I liked her as a neighbor and shit like that. But I ain't never used to respect that shit, bro. You mean to tell me I could either walk all the way the fuck around, which would take me way more time, or I could just walk through the backyard? You know what I'm saying? Hope that you're not there, and then I'm right where I need to be at my destination. Now I'm walking through the backyard, nigga. That's just what I'm doing. I'm sorry. It was mad disrespectful, bro. I don't know if that lady's still alive. She probably not. Because this was a long ass time ago. But dog, as soon as I walk out of the backyard, his dad was in the truck with his dad, and this nigga was pointing me out. And I'm like, bro, ain't no fucking way, dog. I said, there's no fucking way, bro. There's no way in hell this is real right now. Because my aunt was outside watering the grass. You feel me? And I'm like, dog, this nigga knows where I live now. Bro, dog, this nigga started making a scene, bruh. Bro, I walked back through the yard. This nigga drove around, which I should have doubled back and just whipped out on his ass, but I didn't. But then, yeah. So he pulls back around and, you know, he talking to my aunt, and my aunt looking at him crazy like, what the hell are you talking about? Because, you know, I was home on time. Bro. I've been in the house. So she had my back low key. And he was like, yeah, keep your son from around my son. And, you know, he had him in the store stealing and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dog, you really let your kid get you fooled like this, bro? That's why I will never, let me tell you, my kids can never get one over on me, bro. They can't, bro. I'm always telling them, dog, I used to be your age, bro. Trust me, everything that you think that you've done, I've done it, and I've done it way worse than you. So it's just like, bro, this nigga blamed me for everything, bro. He made it seem like I forced him to go and do this and he didn't really want to do it and yada, yada, yada. Bro, then we get back to school and now this nigga avoiding me, bro. He avoided me because he know what the fuck he did, bro. He knew what the fuck he did. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. The only question that I truly had is, how the fuck did he even know where to come? Like, to this day, I'm still baffled about that. To this day, I still don't know how he knew how to find where I lived. And keep in mind, where he saw me wasn't even where I lived. It was on the back street. So maybe he knew the neighborhood, but he didn't know exactly where. And somehow the fucking gods of the world fucking brought us together. Like, I don't know if that's what happened, but bruh, I was just like, bruh, ain't no way. And dog, I couldn't even explain this away to my aunt. I'm like, to be honest with you, I lied. I was like, I don't even know what he talking about. The problem is that I had already done so much fucked up shit that my auntie knew it was a possibility that it was me. I'm the same dumb nigga. Dog, let me tell you, I'm the same dumb nigga that had money on me, right? Went to Kmart, and y'all ain't gonna, dog, I know you're gonna think I'm lying. I promise you, I am not lying. I could literally call my cousin and she would she would tell you that this is true because she ended up having to get me, right? So there was a dog, I don't even know why I'm going. There was a Kmart. There was a Kmart at the Lotta Hill Mall. If y'all live in Florida, if you live in Broward, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This place looked much, much different now. That Kmart hasn't existed for years, but there was a Kmart there, right? And my dumb ass got money. I had money on me, had money in my pocket. Bro, I go straight to the electronics section, right? This is I had to be much, much younger at this time. At this time, I had to be like maybe 13 or 14. I was old enough to be walking around the fucking city, because I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was like 12, 13, 14, nigga, I used to be all around my city, bro. I used to be walking. I used to be on bicycles. Bro, I remember I had to walk from the Broward Mall all the way to my house. I'm talking about I had to foot it, bro. I ain't have no money to get on a bus or nothing, bro. I was hot the entire day because my uncle was supposed to pick me up and he never picked me up, bro. So I ended up having to walk all the way the fuck home. And that shit had me blowed. When I got home, niggas looking at me crazy like, nigga, I'm tired. Nigga, my feet hurt. Nigga, all I want to do is fucking take a bath and take my dumb ass to sleep. But anyway, this ain't got nothing to do with that. We at Kmart, right? I think I had like $100 on me, right? I had like $100 on me. And I went into Kmart. Bro, tell me why. At this time, we had just got a PC. It was a compact Presario that my auntie paid way too much money for. I'm talking about she paid like $5,000 for this bum ass computer. Shit didn't even have no graphics accelerator in it or nothing, nigga. It was a bare bones ass computer. It was enough for us to do work. And I appreciated her for that because I did need that. You know what I'm saying? It came with a printer and everything. You know what I mean? And it was mainly for us to be doing schoolwork. But you know I did everything except for schoolwork on this shit. Like that, come on, dog. And truly, I learned a lot of malicious things. Listen, you can't really leave kids alone with computers nowadays. Hell, you can't even leave them with a cell phone because they'll learn all this malicious shit and start doing all this malicious shit. And start doing all this because I know what the fuck I need. I know what the fuck I was up to, bro. And so I'm in Kmart. I go to the electronics department. It's so stupid, dog. Bruh, I had Thief for PC, bruh. Nigga, I could have just literally paid for this shit because I think at that time, the game was super cheap, bro. I think it was only like $20, bro. It was only like $20, bro. And, bro, my dumb ass was like, nah, I think I'm gonna just take this shit out of the fucking, because this was back before they had everything locked up behind the counter and shit like that. Like the PC games was just, they were actually out in the boxes and shit like that. Man, I opened that shit up, took the game out. I put that shit in my pocket. Lo and behold, what do they call that shit? The fucking people who work in the surveillance area, bruh. Dog, that motherfucker told me he watched me from the second that I came into the store. He watched me walk around. He watched me look at things. He saw exactly what was going on. He knew exactly what the fuck I had on me. Nah, it's not the store detective. They called him loss prevention. That's it. They call him loss prevention. So so he watched me the entire time, bro. And again, this was years before the shit that happened with the other dude, right? This was years before that shit happened. Nigga, they did the exact same thing. That's why it looked so familiar. And this is the reason why I knew exactly what was going to happen. And I tried to save that dumb ass nigga. I tried to save him. As soon as I walked out, they let me walk all the way out the store. As soon as my foot stepped foot out the store, they was like, come with me. Come with me. And took me to the back. I was like, damn. I was like, damn, dog. And let me tell you, the first thing that came to my mind is, who am I gonna call? Who am I gonna call? Because as soon as I got in there, they was like, what's your parents' number? Nigga, I gave them my cousin number. And like a G, my cousin came down there, dog. She came down there. They talked to him or whatever. They didn't press no charges or nothing like that. They let my stupid ass walk out of there. And they just told me I couldn't come back to Kmart no more. Yeah, they told me I could not go back to Kmart, bro. And the fucked up part about it is that that's the Kmart that my entire family go to because it's right next to a Winn-Dixie. I'm like, bro, ain't no fucking way, dog. I'm like, ain't no way. But here's the thing. They never enforced that shit, dog, because I remember like maybe 2 or 3 months later, I ended up coming right back in there, but I was in there with I was in there with my cousin. I was in there with my cousin and my auntie. I ain't never steal nothing from out of there though. I ain't never steal nothing from out of there, but it's pretty fucking crazy. Pretty crazy time. Yeah, it was terrible. And it was so, I'm telling you, the reason why I felt so bad about it is because I didn't even have to take it. I had the money to pay for it. And I was telling the guy, I was like, yeah, man, I was gonna pay for it. Nah, I knew good and goddamn well I wasn't finna pay for that shit. I was not gonna pay for that, bro. It wasn't no way, bro. Damn. It's so bad, dog, because I think I was like, bro, I think I was like 12 years old at the time. I was young as shit, dog. And I think the reason why they was watching me the entire time is because I was so fucking young and I walked in by myself. And I'm assuming at that time I looked young. You know what I mean? So pretty terrible. Pretty fucking terrible. But what I figured though is that all the problems that I figured that some of my kids have, I think it's my fault because growing up and not having shit, I always wanted to make sure that their life was much, much different. But what I realized is that the hard times is literally what made me me. You know what I'm saying? Without having to go through all of this shit, seriously, without having to go through all of this shit, like, I don't think it would have built, I don't think I would have had the character that I have now had I not gone through the shit that I did go through. And that's why I think to a certain degree that when I look at some of the things that my kids is doing, I feel like it's just a learning lesson that the world is bringing to them. And I try to mitigate, you know, them having to truly go through hard times and shit like that. I really try to stop that. But I think that particular crutch has been more detrimental than it has been helpful. Because while they have not lived a hard life, while they have not had to, you know, they didn't care or want for any fucking thing, to a certain degree, I think it made their life a little too good, right? To the point where they don't truly appreciate the things that we do for them because they feel like they earned it or they deserve it or they're entitled to it. And the thing is, sometimes I be slapping the fuck out of myself because of this shit, because I'm just like, dog, I should have seen this. I should have realized and noticed how detrimental this would have been. But nope. I let that shit fly right past me, man. That's why I be trying to tell people, man, as much as you want to be that person for your kids, as much as you want to give them the world, give them everything, make sure that they don't have to go through hard times, sometimes it's best to let them have a little bit of a struggle. Sometimes it's best to let them fall flat on their face. Sometimes, you know, you need to get the lumps to get back up and get back to it. My thing is sometimes I be thinking the worst though. I'm like, the worst possible thing will fucking happen, and I'll regret not intervening, which is why I end up intervening anyway. Yeah. Teenage kids always search for a role model outside, opposite of their parents' character. That is actually kind of true too, Yinko Zero. That is for sure true. Very, very true, especially if you're coming from the projects. Yes, indeed. And that's the thing. I don't think it's so funny. I don't think my kids ever seen the hood for real. You ever notice that? They ain't never really seen the hood for real. They ain't never seen the hood for real. But hell, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I think nowadays, being on this social media shit, that's worse than growing up in the hood now. Nigga, they learning all kind of foolishness online. They're learning how to steal cars. Nigga, they're learning how to fucking crack cards, and they're learning how to do all types of illegal shit. And it's so so accessible. It's right at the tip of their fingers. I've been in the country all my life. All I know is hard times. I feel you 100. You don't need to stress yourself more than you should if you don't want to. We give our kids that silver spoon. Do you give them sports to do regularly? Well, I only have one kid that's truly athletic, and that is my youngest. Now, here's the weird part about it, though. I'm going to tell you, this is some strange shit that I still can't figure out, right? So you got my oldest son. My oldest son, he does absolutely fuck all. That nigga play the game and sleep and fucking eat. Tell me how this nigga got like a 6-pack, bro. I be trying to figure. I'm seriously trying to figure this one out. I'm seriously trying to figure that. How the fuck do you have a 6-pack and your ass don't do shit but eat and sleep? I don't think I've ever seen him do a workout in my fucking life. They would survive just like we did. Yeah. Shit. He must be get it from his mama then. Cause nigga, if I don't do nothing but sleep and fucking eat, nigga, I'll balloon, nigga. I'll be big as a fucking house. Oh man. Yo, how the fuck did we get here from fucking from Ghost of Tsushima banning people from going to the Japanese shrine that they rebuilt? Bro, I have no idea how the fuck we ended up here, bro. That's crazy. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see what we got. Oh, this was interesting. This was interesting. I did see this. I even read into it a little bit. And I couldn't do that but laugh at this. This was pretty fucking hilarious to me. So here's the Steam on Xbox evidence Microsoft didn't want you to see. Microsoft revealed earlier this year that it's combining the best of Xbox and Windows together for handhelds, and now the company is starting to drop the first hints at what the UI might look like. In a blog post about Xbox opening a billion doors, Microsoft briefly revealed a new Xbox UI that looks a lot more console-like across multiple devices and even appears to list Steam games. After briefly posting an image of a new Xbox UI across multiple devices, Microsoft quickly removed it once The Verge inquired about it. The image has a new Xbox UI that can be seen on a TV, where you can clearly see the Steam label listed. The same UI with the Steam mention is also shown on the tablet and handheld versions. Oh man. So this is what they are referring to. Okay. So let's think about this a little bit. I mean, I don't want to do like a super deep dive on it, but let's think about this for a little bit, right? I've always said it makes 0 sense for the Steam UI to be on the Xbox. Why does it make 0 sense? Well, you're giving them, and when I say them, I mean whoever it is that purchases whatever this device is. Who the hell is buying a system that has fixed hardware? Who's buying that to play Steam games? I don't know a single person. I don't know a single person who would buy this, or who would buy a device like this to play Steam games when there are clearly better options for you to play Steam games? That's number one. Number two, how does this work with games that have exclusivity on a PlayStation when I said this before. I said this when this was only like a rumor, which this is still kind of like a rumor, but when this was, when they didn't have any evidence, any picture proof or anything like that, I said, well, that would be the greatest Trojan horse in the world if they can get around the legalities of the exclusivity that PlayStation has, and it will force PlayStation into a different sort of corner. And what would that corner be? Well, PlayStation would then have to make some decisions. Do we continue doing this PC initiative, putting our games on Steam and making these deals only to have these games be playable to a certain degree on another platform? The legalities kick in, whereas if there are certain types of deals like that, more than likely PlayStation is going to talk to Steam and tell them to omit those games on those particular devices that are Xbox devices, labeled Xbox devices. But then again, is Sony really going to go through all of that? Are they going to care enough to even... Are they going to look at it like, well, if y'all niggas want to buy it there, shit, buy it there and play it there. I don't give a fuck. I mean, to be honest, we don't really know what Sony is going to do. We don't know what decisions they're going to make, honestly. Look, Corey, I would agree with you. I honestly would agree with you. But I think this industry is moving in such a weird way. And I think, to a certain degree, I don't think Sony is gonna give a fuck. Now, it makes sense for them to give a fuck, right? It makes sense for them to say, hey, if this sort of device is an Xbox device, an actual Xbox device, then I don't want them to be able to play these Steam games, right? But then what happens when people learn how to circumvent that? What happens when people still end up being able to play those games on Xbox anyway, right? Like, I mean, my thing is, how long are they gonna give a fuck? Are they actually gonna give a fuck? Are they actually gonna do something legally if this happens? What would be the consequences? What would be the ramifications? Would it hurt Sony more than it would, hurt the people that's actually doing it? Like, there's a lot of questions that I have in regards to this, and with the way that Sony is moving, with them, having this multi-platform objective, are they really gonna object to actually allowing this to be a thing, knowing that those games probably still won't work properly on the Xbox? I mean, maybe they know that that's the case. Maybe the Xbox will never meet the minimum requirements for those games. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure in order for it to work on the Xbox, they have to have some sort of certification that this will work, or if not, it doesn't. I mean, what if, now hear me out. What if there is a way to and in this case, right? Do I truly believe that PlayStation is going to allow their exclusive games to be played on Xbox, which would kind of render them paying for exclusivity null and void? I don't think that that's the case. But I want to play devil's advocate in this instance, just as a what if. Just as a what if. I want to play devil's advocate just as a what if. What if the way this is set up, they say if you're playing it via Steam, then technically it's not being bought through the Xbox store. It's being played just as if you were remote playing, from a PC to an Xbox, or from a PC to a Steam Deck, or from a PC, and they say that the Xbox is simply the pass-through device. Nothing is actually, it's not being configured to actually work with the Xbox, right? What if Sony just says fuck it? All right, well, I mean, if they can play it, they can play it. If they can't, then that's just a fucked up experience that you're giving your customers. And who's actually going to waste their time doing it? I mean, if you're doing this 9 times out of 10, that means that you have a computer anyway, right? And if you have a computer anyway, then why the fuck would you want to do this on the Xbox? It's just not going to make any sense. You're going to have a terrible fucking experience probably on your PC and on your Xbox, but you're going to have a terrible fucking experience. So why would Sony even go out of their way to block this when 9 times out of 10 the game isn't even going to run? Wouldn't it need a special version to make it run on the Xbox? Or if they're using the Xbox simply as a remote device to be able to remotely stream games, if you already have a Steam PC or something like that, would that be problematic? Would Sony attempt to stop that? I guess that's my question. I guess that's my question when it comes to that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Steam you can see your library from the Xbox, right? But you wouldn't be able to play it directly to the Xbox. You would have to stream it over like internet. And technically, you wouldn't actually be playing it via the Xbox. You would be playing it on the Xbox remotely, but you wouldn't be downloading anything to your actual Xbox. Is that a wild thinking? Nah. Look at GeForce Now. Sony blocks Nvidia from being able to access their games through Steam. The publisher decides what devices can access their games. Steam is just a storefront. Look at GeForce Now. Sony blocks Nvidia from being able to access their games through Steam. Interesting. So, are you saying that there's no PlayStation games playable through GeForce Now? None whatsoever? Let's see. GeForce Now. Using Bluetooth when using GeForce Now. Can I use? GeForce Now does not currently support any PlayStation games with the exception of God of War 2018. However, this game is only accessible to users who had... Hold on. Okay, here we go. GeForce Now is based on a PC platform, but in case you're referring to PC ports of PS5 games, then no. Unfortunately, GeForce Now does not currently support any PlayStation games with the exception of God of War 2018. However, this game is only accessible to users who had activated it during a limited time window when it was briefly made available on GeForce Now. And no, joystick support is not officially supported on GeForce Now, but there are workarounds. Check this thread or information. Huh. Interesting. That was as of 2 years ago. Let me see if I can find anything current. Currently, no games published by PlayStation on G4 Now due to Sony's decision against cloud gaming. Just simple opt-in. Unfortunately, it won't come to GeForce Now until their publisher, PlayStation, allows their games on the service. Currently, no games published by PlayStation are on GeForce Now due to Sony's decision against cloud gaming, with the with the exception of Death Stranding, but that was published by 505 Games. Basically, it will cut into the sales of their consoles, so don't expect it anytime soon, or at least until games like God of War, Last of Us, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, etc. join the service. I would guess at least a few years minimum. Don't get me wrong, I wish it would go to GeForce Now, but it would be a miracle if it did, and we would possibly see others listed like God of War or something coming, or something before Helldivers. I don't get the PC community. The PC community is a strange bunch. Why in the fuck would you want this shit to be on a service? No, anonymous boss. I really wouldn't. If they did it in a way where it genuinely looked good, played good, they fix those running animations, then I'd be down for Siphon Filter, but it's not like something that I'd be super amped, super high. Take their games off Steam. You cannot play the Sony published games through GeForce Now, even though you can play your Steam library through GeForce Now. GeForce is a service that's not comparable to Xbox PC devices, allowing you to sideload, stream. Since it's a PC, Sony PlayStation can't do nothing outside delisting their games and stopping PC port. Fake pick. Why is there no new games listed there as it says recently added? Nah, this picture isn't fake. That picture is actually very, very true. It's very, very true. It's so true that they immediately took it down. They immediately took it down after they inquired about that Steam filter. Vex, you can play your Steam games on GeForce Now. Sony blocks Steam from letting those games be played on that device. They are sick. I like the Order 1886 sequel. Sick. Rumor has it People Can Fly are remaking one of their games on Unreal Engine. Yeah, I saw that rumor. The thing is, I have no idea what People Can Fly would be making from Sony, but hey, I guess we'll see in the future. If Xbox was selling like PlayStation, then maybe. It's fake. It's not fake. I definitely don't believe that this is fake. Not at all. Not to any degree. And I've seen a lot of fake shit that you knew just was definitely fake. But I don't think this is fake. Sony isn't blocking Steam/GeForce from being played on certain device. Sony is blocking GeForce from streaming PlayStation games through Steam, as that would require a new license. Oh, well, same shit. Same shit. They're basically preventing them from streaming it. They're preventing it from being done. I mean, I believe wholeheartedly that Sony is not going to allow something like this to happen. It wouldn't make sense for them. And if it doesn't make sense for them, I can't see for the life of them saying, you know what, let's just let it be. Like, I just don't see that happening. And, you know, seeing the confirmation that they are literally blocking all their shit from GeForce, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Now, here's the thing, though. If all they're doing is remotely accessing Steam from their Xbox, technically, there isn't any service. It's just remote play. My question is, would they be able to block that? Because see, with GeForce, it makes sense if they would need a different sort of licensing for them to be able to stream from a server, right? Because with GeForce Now, you're not streaming from your PC. You're streaming from their server farm and some magic VM system that they have set up. But in this case, this would be something a little bit different. All they would be doing is turning their Xbox into a screen to be able to stream what's on their PC, meaning nothing is actually happening on the Xbox. except for it being viewed on the TV. Whereas the PC would still be the thing running the game. It would just be mirrored to the Xbox. Y'all think Sony would block that? Y'all think Sony would block that? Because again, it's only mirroring what's on the customer's PC, which means nothing is being played locally. No new license is needed. All it is doing is streaming from the PC that you have to your Xbox. No. I get and I understand that, right? I truly understand that. But Game Pass is a service. You know what I mean? It's a service where you would also need another license for that in that service. But what I'm saying is, why would you need another license if you're not using another license? If all I'm doing is using, because you could already use other devices that play PlayStation games and some that don't technically play PlayStation games. I think the Steam Deck is like one of the few that actually get certified for certain games and things like that, right? But you could also play those games on your Asus ROG, right? You could also play those games on your what's that other, is it Legion Go, whatever the fuck that shit is? You can even play it on your Legion Go. So what would be the difference with me playing my Steam games on my Xbox via remote play to a PC that I have that plays Steam? I mean, how could they allow it? How could they block it would be the real question. Not how could they allow it, how could they block it? So listen to what I'm saying. It's not like GeForce Now, where it's going to a totally different device, and even though it's being streamed, you know, you're technically streaming it from a different PC. I'm talking about you can visually see your PC moving as you're controlling it through your Xbox. As you're controlling it through your Xbox, you could visually see it moving on your PC. So technically, you're not playing it locally on your Xbox. Technically, you're not playing it locally in the cloud somewhere. Well, that doesn't even make sense. That's an oxymoron. You're playing it, you're not playing it off in the cloud somewhere on some virtual PC in the cloud, right? You're literally, all you're doing is remote viewing your computer on your Xbox. That's it. How would they stop that? Or would they stop that? Because technically, you're not playing it on the Xbox, you're playing it through the Xbox. Maybe the games will simply not go day one to Steam. I mean, all of that stuff is wishful thinking, right? It's wishful thinking. But I'm saying, how would they stop something like that? That would be the main question. How would they stop something like that? Because again, it's not something that requires another license. If you have a PC, you've already bought the game on your PC or stole the game on your PC, however the fuck that works, right? So how would they prevent you from remote viewing? Well, nah, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm wrong about that, because they were actually able to stop people from share playing. and that's being done from PlayStation to PlayStation. That's being done PlayStation to PlayStation. So they were able to stop certain games from being share played. So maybe y'all right. Maybe 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 they definitely have something in place for that. Maybe it's something that Steam has to omit from their side, even if it's only being remote viewed on the X. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I would have to see this one in action, man. To be honest with you, I want to see what this is really going to be. I want to see how they're going to circumvent or how Sony is going to prevent, right? It's either circumvent or prevent, right? So I want to see how Xbox is going to circumvent this whole licensing thing, and I want to see how Sony is going to prevent this entire thing. This is actually pretty interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sony will take action because again, while it's not something that would be local to the Xbox, which means it's not going to be the greatest if you don't have the greatest connection, right? It still would kind of undermine Sony getting exclusivity for certain things if that certain thing is still going to Steam and people on Xbox can enjoy it. Because if people on Xbox can enjoy it, then why even pay for exclusivity, or why pay for development when really you want to make this a perk of purchasing your system? So I get it. Sony will take action. Trust me, Sick. The next Xbox is in a closed console walled garden. The next Xbox is a PC pre-built with the Xbox logo and more simplified Xbox UI instead of a complicated Windows UI, likely switching between a console UI and PC. Maybe because I know that on PC you can even do that with other launchers. Like you can launch games from Steam on Epic, or you can launch games from Epic on Steam, right? They have that feature. So it's not like it's something like brand new. It's not like it's something groundbreaking, but it is still something that you want to be. I guess Sony is going to be, they're going to want to be in tune with what the fuck is going on with this. Sony put themselves in this position. Facts, Sam. There's still people on Xbox. Yeah, there's still a few. There's still a few that's sticking around. But I thought that this was interesting. I thought that this was interesting, and I would love to see what this means. Like I want to see what this is going to mean. I want to see how Sony is going to put the brakes on this, or if they're going to let it slide. Maybe the industry is changing. Maybe Sony's thought process on a lot of this stuff, maybe that's going to change. I don't know. I don't put anything past Sony. Here's the thing that I've thought about for a long time. And it just always made sense to me after the fact. If you remember the fight that Sony was having with Xbox when it came to acquiring ABK and all of that shit, remember they were going real hard. Sony was like, fuck y'all. Sony was like, suck my dick. Y'all ain't finna give us no low quality COD. And, you know, they still turned around and gave PlayStation a low quality COD. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. But if you notice, Jim Ryan, he stopped and just went dark and was like, yeah, you know what? yeah, I guess they should be able to go ahead and, you know, cop ABK, man. It's all good with us. Yo, we cool. we cool. Everything's all good. You know what I mean? And he just went away all of a sudden. So I think that a conversation was had. Again, this is not going to be a conversation that people like, especially if you are an Xbox player. I think they had some conversations, and I think some of the guarantees that were given, I think some of the direction that Xbox is taking, I think that's what Jim Ryan took into consideration when he decided to walk away from the fight. I think him and Phil already had a talk about them not really being in the hardware part of the business anymore. I don't think he wanted to be a part of the industry. I don't think they want to be a part of the hardware side of the industry, and I think that's the reason why they're maneuvering and making the moves that they're making right now. Whereas, you know, they're talking about handhelds, you know, they're talking about putting other operating systems on their whatever they do decide to put out. You know, it's just a lot of things that's going on right now that make me say, when it comes to Xbox. And I don't think that they will be around very long as far as in the conversation of hardware, which I don't think they really need to be either. You know what I mean? I think, to be honest with you, I think Xbox would be much more successful as a third party publisher, because they wouldn't have to worry about competing and fighting with Sony over who's going to. I mean, because look at the ratios now. I mean, some of these games are selling like 80 to 20%. You know what I mean? Some of them are even worse, where Xbox is barely hitting 10%. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I say they are in a peculiar position, and I don't know why they would continue to take this loss. I mean, I don't see what the perk of it would be for them to sit and continuously take this loss. Jim said, "We'll be fine. We'll be more than fine." So I think he know Xbox games were coming to play. Yeah, I think he do. I think they know what I think they know what the next 10 years look like. I think Xbox knows what the next 10 years look like. If you think about it, when was the last time we seen Sarah Bond? When was the last time you seen Sarah Bond speak? When was the last time you seen anybody from Xbox really out there speaking to the people? And when you do see them speaking to the people, they're all, at this point, they're speaking to these Xbox fans like, bruh, we ain't doing none of what you think we doing. We are a third-party publisher. We're putting a lot more games on PlayStation, and we don't give a fuck about what you think. That's kind of where they're sitting with it now. Like they are not sugarcoating the situation no more. They're not trying to keep these dudes pacified. They're trying to get them niggas out of the way at this point. Like, to be honest with you, I don't even know why a console war exists at this point. Y'all can't begin to tell me why niggas is still fighting over what the fuck is going on in the console space right now. You can't explain to me what fight they're fighting. Like, I don't know what fight they're fighting. They're getting their ass stomped. They're getting their ass handed to them. Like, I don't know what Microsoft is gaining from whatever this console war is. I don't think they believe that they're gaining anything from it, and I think that's why they're trying to distance themselves and not really be a part of the console war talk anymore. I think that's the reason why they're coming flat out. Phil is saying, hey, look, hey, check this out, more games are going to PlayStation. Nope, there is no red line. Nope, there is no line we will not cross. Hey, Indiana Jones is coming to PlayStation April something or other. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming. But there is no war right now. There's just spirits and souls on the battlefield that just don't understand that the war is over. It's done. It's done. I mean, I personally don't see the value in Xbox. I haven't seen the value in Xbox this entire generation. I made that extremely clear, and I stuck by it. I don't know about other people, but I think other people wanted reasons to buy an Xbox. They wanted reasons to buy an Xbox, but there just isn't one. There isn't a good reason that you could give to people to make them say, yo, I need to buy an Xbox, unless they are already indoctrinated into what I can only imagine is being a part of the console war. The only people who talk about Xbox is people who want to be in whatever the fuck this console war thing is. Outside of that, nothing else is ever mentioned about Xbox. You never hear whatever's good about Xbox or good things happening to Xbox. The only thing you hear about is Xbox versus PlayStation, PlayStation versus Xbox, Xbox versus, that's all you hear. That's all you hear. And the thing is, I think they felt like that would keep them in a conversation. I think they felt like that would keep them in the conversation. And I'm just, I'm glad that it's over with. I'm glad that it's over with. I'm glad that we've built a scenario now where people understand, or I would hope that they understand, that this shit is over with, that it's done, that there's no reason to continue fighting the good fight. There's no reason to fight the war. The war is done. The war is done. Nah, I ain't in the sick word, Corey. Jim knew all Halo, Gears, and Forza are going to PlayStation. You know, to be honest with you, I don't know why people ever highlighted Halo, Gears, and Forza like that. To be honest with you, Gears was an alright game. I mean, I think it's probably maybe the best out of the three. With Forza being second and Halo just being like 10th. I don't know who gives a fuck about Halo. Halo is trash, bro. I'm sorry. If your ass liked Halo, nigga, I think you like the nostalgia of Halo. I don't think you really liked Halo. I think you just like the nostalgia of Halo. All right. So, moving on. PlayStation recently patented a translation language evaluation device that could lead to significant decreases in time and cost for game devs. There have been many breakthroughs in gaming with AI-based research, and work like this has appeared before as companies like Jolly Jolly JALI Research have shared their work with PlayStation's now closed deviation in the past. Regardless, PlayStation has taken new steps forward on the translation front. Localization in video games is notorious for extending the development windows of projects that already take plenty of time to finish on their own. Cyberpunk 2077 included lip sync for every language the game had, which was facilitated by Jolly Research's body of work. But the game still took years to complete, including crunch. A new PlayStation development appears to use similar technology, potentially going even further with the ideas presented and the work done by Jolly. Per report by Tech for Gamers, PlayStation has patented a new language translation device and system that could rapidly shorten aspects of game development if applied practically. Filed in 2023 and published on March 5th, 2025, PlayStation has been working on a model that is capable of evaluating the accuracy of translated sentences corresponding to proper facial movements. It's possible that gamers won't see the system in use anytime soon, as Sony has created many gaming patents over the years that still aren't in use. However, in the hands of developers, this could be applied to streamline localization. Not going to lie, this is the way that I feel that AI should be used. This is a way that I agree with AI being used. I think this is interesting because not only does this, I guess, check the accuracy of translation, but it also correlates that to the proper mouth movements, which, if this is successful, holy shit. If this is successful, I can see so many more games. And to be honest with you, if I'm PlayStation, hell yeah, I got this shit patented. Nigga, I'm giving this shit out to everybody, nigga. Everybody. I want to make money off of everybody using this shit. So, yeah, if I was them, definitely move full steam ahead with this. To be honest with you, I really like it. I really like the idea of what it can do. Shit, if it do anonymous, I won't see it. If it does, I would not see it. The patent's abstract describes a processor that can systematically detect how similar mouth shapes are to target a string of phonemes? The units of sound a speaker creates. This technology will use its banks of information from before and after translation to determine the utterance period of pre and post translation phoneme strings. Seeing how far off the final product is from its predetermined assessment and facilitating adjustments to make facial behavior align better. Although this could be used to help with localization process, there are still unclear elements whether this would be used in-house for a specific set of software or applied across a broad set of engines may drastically impact the overall value of this system. That's true. That's true. This is the one thing that I think that they should make, but it shouldn't be exclusive, nigga. I think this would be a revenue stream that would be dope as fuck. Yeah, absolutely. You know I got Assassin's Creed Shadows Launchy. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see. Well, here's another one for all you guys that are clamoring at the Xbox onslaught of games. But rumors suggest that Xbox has plans for plenty of its games to make appearances on the PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 in 2025. Many fans worried that Xbox was losing steam by changing its course, seemingly prioritizing cloud gaming and producing games with popular IPs like Indiana Jones and Doom. However, these strategies, along with a focused multi-platform approach, appear to be working out quite well for the company. Tom, based off of what? I mean, like, I see a lot of what you're saying, but how do you know whether or not this has worked out well? But this is Tom Warren that we're talking about. Of course Tom Warren is going to give us details on how he came to this astonishing conclusion. Has to be. I mean, come on, it's Tom Warren. The Verge's Tom Warren has a pretty consistent track record when it comes to teasing information about upcoming releases. Previously, Warren hinted the April PS5 release dates of Forza Horizon 5 and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now Warren seems to have come across even more information about PlayStation 5, along with some news regarding the Nintendo Switch 2. In a new report from The Verge, Warren teased that there's a lot more from Xbox catalog headed to PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. Following the first steps of Xbox's push onto competitor platforms using games like Sea of Thieves to drive sales, it appears that the gaming giant is finding new ways to navigate the market. Shifting away from console sales being its primary target may allow Xbox to find further success as a hit publisher. Yeah. Listen, Tom. We agree, Tom. We agree. We've been saying this for ages. Although it's unclear what titles Warren knows about, many games have remained popular fan picks of multi-platform availability. One of Xbox's biggest recent launches was Starfield. Despite mixed reception following its launch, fans have appreciated how the game has managed to improve after 2 years of support. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody talking about no fucking Starfield. Nah, come on, man. Stop it. Ain't nobody been talking about no fucking Starfield, bro. What are we talking about? Fans appreciated how the game has managed to improve after 2 years of support, allowing Switch 2 and PS5 players to tackle Starfield. You see, I like what they're doing here, right? But they keep mentioning the Switch 2, and I'm not sure the Switch 2 is going to be the target. I don't think it's truly going to be the target. I don't think the Switch 2 is going to be powerful enough to do much of anything, really. But that doesn't matter to Nintendo fans, right? Because y'all don't give a fuck about graphics. So, but it's funny how they keep mentioning this Switch 2. But I guess as long as the Switch 2 is around the power of the Series S, that it should work, right? Yeah, maybe. Starfield is among a list of 5 Xbox exclusives rumored for multi-platform release. Diablo 4, Fallout 4, Halo, the Master Chief Collection, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 are also expected to drop on the Switch 2 sometime soon. These games could feasibly make their way onto the PS5 as well. Wait, hold on. Now you just said that Switch 2 and PS5 all throughout this, and now all of a sudden you're saying these games could feasibly make their way onto the PS5? Are you fucking retarded? What exactly what the fuck is going on in this article, dog? Like What are we talking about here? You really think they're gonna make Halo the Master Chief Collection and just put it on the Switch too? What the fuck? What is going on here? What is this? What is this that we're talking about, man? This is fucking this is hilarious, man. Anyway. These games could feasibly make their way on PS5 as well, keeping the momentum going for Xbox's advance into multi-platform gaming market beyond 2025. The release window for more Xbox games on Switch 2 and PS5 isn't publicly known. Regardless, it's likely that Xbox will plan on releasing these games before the holiday season to capitalize on sales. If Xbox is gearing up to share its games in 2025, a more concrete announcement could be on the way soon. Yeah, it's gonna be whatever that show is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this is ew. Fucking Halo. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Halo. All right. Now, we don't talk much about the Switch, but the Switch has some new interesting patents. Let's see. Nintendo has a busy year ahead, and one of its latest patents could hint at the possibility of upgraded visuals for remakes of older 2D games. While the company has been quiet about the titles fans expect to see on the upcoming Switch 2, that hasn't stopped the rumors from circulating, with many speculating that the platform could see several remakes and remasters to take advantage of the new hardware. Hold on. Are these the same people that were saying that PlayStation was making too many remakes and remasters? You know what? You know what? A new patent for Nintendo may add fuel to the fire, as it has intriguing implications for future first-party titles. This is just the latest of a series of filings from video game giant. In February, Nintendo secured an anti-Palworld patent as part of its ongoing legal battle against the game. Beyond that, the company has filed several hardware and software-related patents as the Switch 2 nears its as-of-yet unannounced release date. While securing such copyright protection doesn't necessarily mean Nintendo will implement the technology in question anytime soon, it's hard not to speculate about what the end game could be for this activity. As spotted by Universal Nintendo. Universal Nintendo. Nintendo has secured a patent that combines 2D and 3D visuals. The full name and the text contained in the document are mouthful, but the basic idea is that the technology renders a 3D environment in a way that looks and feels like a 2D space. Usually 3D graphics use perspective to show depth, which is apparent in faraway objects looking smaller. This Nintendo patent takes a different approach, instead flattening the distance between 3D objects and using unique shadowing techniques to represent depth. The end result may be something similar to Square Enix games like Octopath Traveler or Dragon Quest HD 3 HD 2D remake. The latter of which was the best-selling game in Japan in 2024, suggests fans may also enjoy such art style. I don't know, that sounds fucking stupid. That sounds fucking stupid. I'm sorry. What old game would benefit from this? I'm sorry. No. Whatever. I just, no. Nope. Absolutely not. The patented technology could suggest Nintendo wants to put out more 2D feeling games in the future. However, if they use this method, they technically be a 3D game and have all the visual depth and performance benefits that come with that, despite maintaining a 2D aesthetic. I'm sorry, what performance benefits? What performance benefits are going to come from this? Seriously. It's a fucking 2D game, bruh. Like, what are we talking about? Arguably, the best takeaway is the patent's potential impact on remakes. Some fans have expressed that Super Metroid deserves a remake, and this new rendering method would make the classic look and perform to modern standards without sacrificing its iconic 2D visuals. Others have pointed out how the patent could make A Link to the Past remake feel more engaging while staying true to the original art style. Yeah, nah, I think well, this ain't for me though. This is for y'all. This is for y'all that enjoy this. This is for y'all that enjoy this. All right, let's see what Hideki Kamiya has on the Assassin's Creed controversy. It looks like he commented on it, so let's see what he has to say. Renowned Japanese video game designer Hideki Kamiya has reflected on the recent Assassin's Creed Shadows controversies by asserting that normal people don't care about them. His remarks were offered alongside some high praise for the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. You know, finally somebody with fucking common sense. Finally somebody with some goddamn common sense. The latest entry in Ubisoft's long-running series has been mired in controversy since its May 2024 reveal, which confirmed that the game would have a black protagonist. That didn't happen in May. That shit been happened a long time ago, ever since it was called Assassin's Creed Code Red, which confirmed that the game would have a black protagonist based on a real historical figure known as Yasuke. This fueled a lot of online vitriol, including cases of people vandalizing Yasuke's Wikipedia page and Elon Musk declaring DEI kills art while referencing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Famous Japanese game designer Hideki Kamiya has recently reflected on the state of affairs by stating that a few super intense people made a big fuss about Assassin's Creed Shadows. At the same time, the creator of Okami and Bayonetta believes that these detractors are simply a loud minority, having said as much in a March 24 tweet. Elaborating on this notion, Kamiya asserted that most normal people adopt in its fine stance when it comes to these things like video game related drama, noting that this phenomenon isn't exclusive to the Assassin's Creed Shadows controversies. As a result, Kamiya believes that all the backlash surrounding Ubisoft's latest game is way overblown. He concluded his thoughts by wondering if there was some way to make these normal people equally visible in online discourse so as to provide some context for every instance of social media controversy. Kamiya also reflected on the recent confirmation that Assassin's Creed Shadows surpassed 2 million players within 48 hours of its release, stating that he's glad the game is doing well both in terms of sale and critical acclaim. That's a fact. That is a fact. What's up, Roosevelt? That is a fact. This game is so good. This game is so good. You guys truly, if you didn't buy it, you should definitely buy this game and play this game. Again, it's gonna piss you off, but once you get past being pissed off, it's a really great game. That prologue, man, I'm telling you. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to punch Yasuke. I wanted to punch that nigga, man. Like, the fuck is you doing, cuz? Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Stand up for yourself, bro. Stop being a little bitch. Stop being a little bitch. Yep. Nah, but seriously, I'm truly just flabbergasted at how blown up this stupid shit got, from that Grums dude to that fucking Indie or whatever the fuck his name is. All of those stupid idiots, man, that was turning this into a fucking circus, really, because that's all the fuck it was. But it was all for the grift. It was all for the grift. I mean, because they don't really give a fuck about history. They don't care about facts. They don't care about any of this shit. So how in the fuck is it that we're taking them serious on anything? Well, I don't, but I don't see how anybody else was. I don't see how anybody had a problem with this. I don't see what the issue was with the game. Like, Yasuke existed, motherfucker. That's like getting mad because they put Harriet Tubman in a fucking slave game about the Underground Railroad, nigga. Like, the fuck is y'all niggas on, bro? Like, y'all are pretending as if this shit didn't happen for real. as if this is some ploy to what do y'all call it? Making everybody woke? The DEI? The fuck? Yeah, yeah, it absolutely does. They did a very good job on it, man. They did a very good job on it, man. A very good job. Uh, Asmongold played it and thought it was fine. Tyrone man, fuck Tyrone Magnus, bro. That's another dude, man. Just fuck that dude, man. Fuck that guy. That guy's he's a piece of work. I'll say that. But shout out to Hideki Kamiya. You know, I respect it coming from Hideki Kamiya because he's a real Japanese. Not like fucking Grums, who y'all niggas still believe that dude Japanese. That dude ain't no Japanese, man. He's a weirdo ass white boy is what he is. Fucking Grums. If he don't go and finish that goddamn video game. They call Kamiya a race traitor. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Oh man, I'm pretty sure the people who call him a race traitor, they're all a part of the coalition that decided to bomb Pearl Harbor. You know what I mean? Like, race traitor, get the fuck out of here. Nah, he does have a game that's a very terrible mech game, but yeah, he just been finessing people out of money. That's it. And now he found this new grift where if you make gamers mad enough, you'll make money off of their anger. He realized that, and now that's what he does. All right, so let's see what we got here. Oh man. All right, so this is, people were mad, and I don't know why, but I just don't fall into the category of person that's gonna be mad about some of this shit. Um, Specifically, God of War, the 20th anniversary or whatever. Um, Look. So hey. Oh man. Corey say, hey Sick, these people are upset because it puts a black man in my character role and they are not a drug dealer or criminal or any other stereotype. They don't mind him in the game as a slave. Hey, that's facts. They mind him in the game as a samurai. Facts. But hold on. I thought and maybe I'm tripping, but I thought, weren't we supposed to keep politics and all of that out of game? It sounds like you're bringing politics into gaming when you think that way. I thought that was awesome. Here's the thing, man. There was another video. This wasn't the only one.
PlayStation.
This wasn't the only one. There was another. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Hey, PlayStation shout out, dog. Hey, PlayStation be. I swear, I feel like PlayStation be trolling niggas sometimes. I feel like they be trolling niggas sometimes, man.
Boy, listen close.
They know what they was doing putting that PlayStation.
I'm from a land called Sparta.
They knew what they was doing by
I made a
showing the
deal
old
with the god that cost
Kratos.
me my soul.
My life is yours, Ares. From this day, I shall carry forth your will.
It was long ago. I killed many who were deserving, and many who were not.
Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
In the service of a cruel god, I was tricked into destroying a village. Not knowing my own wife and child were there until their blood stained my hands.
From this night forward, the mark of your terrible deed will be visible to all.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
Athena! The gods lied to me!
The wrath of Olympus grows. Do not turn your back on me.
All on Olympus tremble at my name. We will destroy the petty gods, and we will see Olympus crumble before us!
Look what you have wrought! You destroy all you touch! You have your own sense of honor. And what has that honor brought you? In the end, you'll betray only yourself. I will tolerate your insolence no more!
I will have my revenge!
How much is enough, Kratos? When will it end?
You are just an animal! Resting on your cruelty and rage, you will never change!
My vengeance ends now.
Kratos.
You are cruel and arrogant and selfish.
I know who you are. I know what you've done.
But you are more than that. We are more than that. Who I was is not who you be. We must be better. The road ahead is long and unforgiving. You must be a warrior.
Can you kill something that big?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, low-key, I want to go back and play the old games, man. Low-key, I kind of do, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, they had some very, very epic battles in the old school Greek God of Wars, man. I'm telling you, it's about the best thing that Jaffe's brain actually put together, man. If we're gonna be serious, man, because Twisted Metal was never all that. But God of War was always fucking great. My thing is, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe that PlayStation should have offered something more than skins for the 20th anniversary? Because I know a lot of people, they look at what Sony showed here and they're like, come on, dog, this is all you doing for the 20th anniversary? Like, but I'm kind of tripping because I want to know, what exactly do you think they should have done to celebrate the 20th anniversary? You think they should celebrate the 20th anniversary by giving the customer something? I want to know. I truly want to know. I want to know how y'all feel, or what y'all think they should have done. Because, I mean, if they gave you some skins or whatever, like, all right, cool. Remaster the 5-game bundle. Why? For niggas to not buy it? Announcement for a remake of the classic trilogy. I don't know. I don't know if they would be up to the task for that. Also, I mean, if y'all really want these games remastered, why don't you go play the games on PS Now or wherever the fuck they got that shit at, to show PlayStation that y'all really want to play these games? Why would I go through the process of remastering these games for none of y'all to buy it? Or for sure, the diehards are gonna go out and buy it, but the rest of the people ain't even gonna touch it. He is only responsible for the first game. Corey wrote God of War 2. Stig Asmundsson did God of War 3. And Corey and Eric did the Norse mythology. Jaffe gets too much credit for God of War. I mean, anything that take credit away from Jaffe, I'm with it. Fuck that nigga. Yes, woke used to mean to be aware of systematic racism. Yep. Corey Balrog won't want to remake someone else's story. I mean, it is what it is. Listen, I'm all for it, right? I'm all for them, I guess, making the titles over, because I do want to replay the titles. But I think I'm gonna just play the titles on PlayStation Plus or whatever, because I know all of them are there. I think I'm gonna just go and play them shits there and get my feel. But would I like for them to remake it? Sure. Am I holding them to remaking it because it's the 20th anniversary? I don't know. I mean, PlayStation gamers got to be more. They got to be more supportive if they want these companies to do this shit, because if I'm a company and I create some remakes of some shit and y'all niggas don't go and fucking buy it, bro, why am I finna go out of my way to do some other shit? Like, it doesn't, it's too easy to sway consumers in this day and age. It's way too easy to sway y'all about anything. So, you know, it's I don't know, man. It's hard for businesses to really want to do something when it's so easy for y'all to just not support shit. I mean, that's kind of how we got to this point. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's up. I mean, again, like I said, you want the corporation to work for you, but in order for the corporation to work for you, you got to be a willing participant in this. It's easy for people to be like, you should do this, that, and the third. It's hard for people to be separated from their money. Niggas be having all the expectations in the world when it come time to buy those games. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, my backlog. Niggas be asking for Kratos, all of the the 3 games and the 2 PSP games. What is it? Ghost of Sparta and whatever the other one was. Just for that shit to get remade, come out, and niggas be like, nah, you know what, dog? My backlog. I'm gonna wait for that shit to go to PS Plus and wait till it's free or whatever the fuck y'all niggas be saying, man. It's kind of hard, man. I like, there's a lot of stuff that I would love for these companies to do, but as a person looking in from the outside in, I see how much people don't support. So it's like, if you're not going to support, why in the hell do you think these people should just be out here creating this shit for nobody to buy it? That's the thing. I mean, once they do remake it, then you're gonna want them to give it to you damn near free. If they remake the 5 games and be like, yo, that's $70, y'all niggas be like, $70?